I made a fortune selling electronic junk. But the buyers weren't jealous at all. Instead, they told me to raise the price. Even the national headlines put my poster in the hands of the top 10 young philanthropists. And I was just a bankrupt boss, 5 million in debt. But while being chased by debt collectors, I accidentally awakened. The super factory system. I thought I'd finally hit the peak of life. But the system's starter pack required 300 million in startup capital. Just then, an idea popped into my head. Since I can't afford the high-end stuff, why not just make low-end products? I saw the delete icon on the system interface and came up with a great idea. Strip down the specs. No time to waste. The most important thing now is to cut costs on the processor. The original processor was the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. That's too high-end. Can't afford it. Just swap it for something cheap. I checked the supplier catalog. The low-end Snapdragon 660 is in stock. It's a 4-year-old mid-range model. But even that costs over $100 a piece. Still too expensive. Switch to an even lower-end MediaTek chip. That'll cut the cost by more than half. The original screen resolution was 2960 by 1000. 120 Hz high brightness. That screen alone costs nearly 2000. Has to go. I sorted the list by price, cheapest first. I immediately spotted an outdated 720p large screen. The key thing is it costs only $40. It's clearance inventory. For others, it's commercial garbage. But the point is, it's cheap. Why do we need such a good quad-channel stereo speaker? A cheap knockoff phone's big speaker works just fine. 16 gigabytes of RAM. 512 gigabytes of storage is too much. Cut it in half. Then half again. 3 gigabytes RAM plus 32 gigabytes storage. That costs only $20. Other stuff like the 12 megapixel wide-angle camera and the 5G communication module, alloy shell. Cut all of these. Doesn't that make for a new tablet model? As for the shell, can't afford magnesium aluminum alloy. Have to buy shells with similar dimensions. Because can't afford the mold fee. So we have to find other people's overstock. Through screening, we found one. From 5 years ago. Overstock shells of a major brand's tablet with metal brushed finish. Supplier quoted 20 yuan per shell. After selecting all these materials, the super factory system automatically optimized. So that despite the downgrade, it still functions as a normal tablet. After calculations, this modified Samsung S8 tablet has an epic cost of 96 yuan. Unbelievable, really. But that's not the limit. Once the selling price exceeds 3 digits, it's not as nice sounding as 99 yuan. 99 yuan is in the tens category, while 100 yuan is a 100-level tablet. Adding free shipping costs and retailer rebates, the 96 yuan cost is still too high. No profit. Doesn't meet the system's requirements. Need to cut further. But I looked around. There's nothing left to cut on the components. Then we have to negotiate prices with suppliers. Hey, Bosley, do you still have that batch of 720p screens? Limited quantity. I'll take all of them. Give me a bulk discount. Manager Zhao. I'm ordering a batch of small-sized memory cards. Cheaper. I need at least 5,000 units. Then I made a phone call. Successfully pushed the tablet's cost down to 83 yuan. This includes taxes and labor for packaging. With a retail price of 99 yuan. After accounting for losses, each unit nets over 10 yuan. Now, with 500,000 yuan in payments, directly purchase various raw materials. A total of 6,000 modified tablet units can be produced. As long as we can sell them quickly, exchange points within the system, and quickly free up cash flow. That creates a positive cycle. So that day after the suppliers delivered the parts, I handed the blueprints over to the workshop and had the workers start assembling this new tablet. The tablet needed printed packaging, so it had to have a catchy name and logo. I went with the BYD Z1 tablet. The Z stands for the cheapest option. As for the packaging design, the system randomly generated one. I thought it looked pretty good, so I went with that. Then I sent the packaging design to the printer and had them print the boxes. Anyway, this BYD Z1 tablet went from concept to production in just 1 day, which is pretty much a miracle. Once the first batch of packaging arrived in the afternoon, it was time for assembly. Their small factory's production line was really outdated, but being outdated had its perks. Big companies' automated lines are highly specialized and usually only handle fixed products and models. But this outdated line from around 2000 could basically handle assembling any kind of electronics. The downside was that it was slow and depended on the worker's skills and sense of responsibility. Many steps required employees to solder and tighten screws, and if a worker slipped up even a little, the defect rate for these cheap tablets would shoot up. But everyone at BYD Electronics Factory was a loyal old-timer, so experience and responsibility were the last things they lacked. So once the parts for this batch of Z1 tablets arrived, they started rolling off the line one after another. We could produce over 1,000 units a day. With a super high pass rate, I finally got my hands on a finished product. The first tablet felt heavy, with real heft to it. That's because the shell was leftover stock, with outdated craftsmanship, so it couldn't be thin and light. It had all the normal tablet functions. Could play 720p video, play music, handle casual games, like Bejeweled without breaking a sweat, because the original blueprint was for a high-end tablet worth 8,999 yuan. So even after all the modifications and cuts, but with the system's optimization and reinforcement, once this Z1 tablet is made, it also inherits the build and quality of the high-end Samsung S8 tablet. It runs smoothly during normal use. This alone far surpasses the various low-end generic tablet products out there. Next came the critical sales phase. I called up my previous sales channel. But as soon as the channel manager saw the tablet specs, he sneered and refused. Is this inventory from a few years ago? It's long outdated. Try putting it on the second-hand market. We only sell brand new items here. I found that hard to swallow. Sure, the components in this product are an older model, but they are all brand new. Not everyone is sitting in Starbucks using a MacBook. A lot of people actually need low-end tablets like this. Since the distributors wouldn't carry it, I had to open up retail channels. I immediately set up shops on Taobao and Pinduoduo, with no money to buy traffic. This left the product with no buyers. The only option was to open a Douyin store and sell via live streaming. That was also the most cutting-edge way to promote sales. That afternoon, I started selling through a live stream right in my own factory. 99 tablet with free shipping to your door. 1-year warranty from a legitimate manufacturer. Limited quantity. Order now while supplies last. I don't use tricks when promoting products. I directly highlight the biggest selling point, low price. In my live stream, there is a Baidu Z1 tablet playing a video, but a newly opened live room basically has no viewers. And when they hear it's a 99 yuan tablet, they scoff. Consumers have been cheated by unscrupulous merchants. So when they see such an unbelievably cheap tablet, they dismiss it as a scam. But there are always exceptions. At this moment, deep in the mountains of the northwest, lies a village called Shirley Village. In the village, there is a female villager. Jin Xiao happens to see Zhou Yang's live stream. Shirley Village is remote and isolated. Access is via rugged mountain paths. The residents here have low incomes. Most are impoverished households. The per capita monthly income is even below 1,000 yuan. Jin Xiao is a native resident of Shirley Village. After growing up, she married a man from the same village. Now her parents have lost the ability to work. She's left alone to raise a 9-year-old daughter. And at the same time, she has to take care of 2 elderly parents. The only way she makes a meager income is by farming and raising chickens and ducks. It was around noon. Jin Xiao was walking back from finishing her farm work. She was desperately thirsty, so she went to the village head's house to ask for a drink of water. And she happened to see the village head's wife watching a live stream. Jin Xiao's daughter Xiaoya is in 3rd grade. Because of the pandemic, she often has to take online classes at home now. But Jin Xiao simply can't afford an expensive tablet. Her daughter Xiaoya has to walk miles every day to borrow a classmate's tablet to attend class. Many times, her daughter has looked at her enviously and said, she wants a tablet of her own. Xiaoya doesn't want to be the one sitting on a little stool watching, while all her classmates answer the teacher's questions in front of their tablets. Unfortunately, even tablets under 1,000 yuan are rare in these live stream rooms. Most are 2,000 or 3,000 yuan each. There's no way she can afford one. Just as Jin Xiao was sighing, the village head's wife scrolled to another new streamer selling products. The host was selling a Baidu Z1 tablet, free shipping, 99 yuan delivered to your door. 99 yuan for a tablet? Jin Xiao asked in disbelief. The village head's wife didn't have much online shopping experience either, so she just went along and said, it must be a cheap domestic brand, right? Jin Xiao said excitedly, can you help me buy this tablet? I'll pay you back later. I sold some eggs yesterday, and finally scraped together 100 yuan. Okay, I'll buy it for you. The village head's wife clicked the shopping cart and placed an order. On my live stream, I received an incredibly encouraging message. Your Baidu Z1 tablet finally made a sale. This was a breakthrough from 0 to 1. As they say, the first step is always the hardest. With a good start, things get easier from here. Can ship out today. It supports a 7-day no questions asked return policy. I said a few words to the buyer, but they didn't reply. I guess they don't take a 99 yuan tablet seriously, and just bought it on a whim to play around with. Then you pack a brand new tablet into the box. When you get off work in the evening, just call the courier to pick it up. That afternoon, I managed to sell a dozen or so units. Not bad at all. So I put even more effort into my live stream. But by night, my voice was giving out. So I edited a sales video and posted it to my account. The next morning when I woke up, I opened the back end of my Douyin shop, and there it was, over 300 units of the Z1 tablet had been sold. Those numbers were solid. At the same time, In an upscale neighborhood in Shenzhen, the famous streamer Brother Jie was going live. Brother Jie has a recurring bit, unboxing all kinds of weird electronics on the market. Last time, he unboxed a foldable phone that cost 998 yuan. After folding it a few times, the screen cracked straight away. No wonder they threw in a tube of 502 glue. That's what it was for. The audience in the stream laughed their asses off. That unboxing turned out great. This time, Brother Jie wanted to do another one, so he pulled out his phone and started hunting for products with entertainment value on shopping apps. Sure enough, my tablet made the cut, 99 yuan with a genuine guarantee. If it's fake, you get 10 times your money back. Brother Jie was cracking up. He scrolled down, and it was a local Shenzhen manufacturer. He placed the order without hesitation. He called a same-city courier to pick it up. At the White Emperor Electronics factory, I got the notification sound of an order on my phone. What's this? Even the Pinduoduo store sold one. And the buyer requested door pickup. I agreed, and gave out the factory address. Before long, a delivery guy from a same-city service showed up to pick it up. The Z1. An hour later, Brother Jie received the package. Everyone, the 99 yuan tablet is here. Let's unbox it together. When Brother Jie opened the box, he saw the Z1 tablet in the flesh. A silver metallic brushed finish. The camera placement was pretty neat too. The build quality was surprisingly decent, but the weight was truly staggering. It felt like holding two regular tablets at once. This tablet has something going for it. After testing it for an hour, he put the tablet through its paces in every way. The pros and cons were obvious. The strength was the price. For light use, users wouldn't feel any strain, but the weaknesses were many. The screen was poor. It couldn't handle multitasking or run heavy apps and games. The audio was garbage, and the battery life was even worse. He had only been using it for a little over an hour, and the battery was already drained. Add to that the brick-like weight, and you could pretty much forget about portability. The charging port was also very outdated. It wasn't compatible with other cables. Jiegu gave an honest review. I think this tablet is only for very specific people and budget scavengers. For light use, this tablet is a steal. Even just setting it on a desk. It works fine as a clock. If you need more than that, forget it. This tablet will make you question your life choices. But on the other side of China, 2 days later, the package arrived at 10 Mile Village. Because of the mask period, online classes were needed. A poor household, Jinxiao, bought a Baidu Z1 for her daughter. Village Chief Zhang Fugui came to Jinxiao's house. He also works as the local agent for China Mobile. Whether it's topping up phone credit or installing broadband, he handles it all. Village Chief Zhang Fugui pulled a network cable from the power line and connected it into the house, then hooked up the modem. He also threw in a SIM card. Calls were really cheap. Nowadays modems come with built-in Wi-Fi. Once turned on, the internet was ready. No need to buy anything extra. With that, Jinxiao's house had all the essentials for going online. Now it was time to test the Z1 tablet's ability for online classes. Can you get online? Village Chief Zhang Fugui asked. Xiaoya opened the tablet and scrolled through a few videos. It refreshed fine. He's going to apply for one. This way he can take online classes. Zhang Fugui saw the tablet and thought it was pretty good. When he heard it was only 99 yuan, he was completely stunned. Zhang Fugui picked up the Baidu tablet and flipped through it. He couldn't put it down. This tablet had a bunch of flaws in the eyes of streamers, but in rural areas it was a perfect match. So after Zhang Fugui left, she posted the Baidu Z1 tablet info on her Moments. Village Chief Zhang Fugui was warm-hearted and well-liked, so basically all the residents in nearby villages and towns who had phones had added him on WeChat. Now at least a few hundred people saw his Moments post. Recommended by Village Chief Fugui. Everyone definitely wanted to jump on it. This made the Baidu Z1 sales shoot up fast. When I, far away in Shenzhen, was busy packaging, I saw the back-end notification from the online shopping platform. It surprisingly said my product was sold out. I found it unbelievable. I had set a stock of 1,000 units on each online platform, but the 1,000 units on the Pinduoduo platform were already sold out. Now altogether over 3,000 units had been sold, and it had only been 5 days. Looking at the sales momentum, I estimated that all stock might be sold out within the next day or two. I adjusted the remaining stock, focusing on the key sales platforms. I listed more on the Pinduoduo platform to try to sell out as quickly as possible. Right then, workshop director Uncle Songde came to find me. He said there were no raw materials left for the tablets in the workshop. Should we order another batch? After all, we were selling at least 1,000 units a day. I thought Uncle Songde was right. According to the current sales trend, we would soon be completely sold out. We needed to mass-produce another batch. Conservatively, we could make at least tens of thousands more before the Z1 tablet could initially meet market demand. So you started calling those suppliers again. And let me tell you, The inventory parts one needed had been sitting around for years. They were more than happy to sell them all to me. Even if one supplier sold out, I could just transfer stock from their competitors. But the casing was hard to come by. I had already bought up all the previous stock. But that doesn't matter. I found out the original manufacturer and commissioned a batch from them because they still have the molds, even saving on design and mold costs. It saves a lot compared to customizing the casing, although the cost is a bit higher than the previous stock casing. But you decided to order 50,000 units at once, so the cost only increased by a few yuan. Still acceptable, even though the casing price increased. You don't plan to raise the price. Anyway, this Z1 tablet is considered a welfare product, benefiting the common people. Earning a little less is fine. Building a good reputation is key. Make money later. Also, the newly produced casings have advantages. That is, there are more color options. Now there are pink gold, rich gold, bright silver, plus the traditional black and white. A total of 5 color options. 10,000 units each. This can also enrich the product's appearance. So the raw materials are taken care of. I used the funds from sales to pay for the materials. This time I ordered 50,000 sets of production parts. With that, I hire more people and expand. About a few thousand tablets per day. In about 10 days I can fulfill all production needs. Probably can keep up with the sales pace. As the first batch of Z1 tablets sold out, there was actually a brief nationwide shortage. But you have already set up pre-orders in the store. The first batch will be shipped out in about 3 days. Pre-order units will be shipped within half a month. This temporarily meets customer demand. I then check the Super Factory Systems rating. Currently, the BYD Z1 tablet has a 98.9% positive rating. Based on sales volume and revenue, I have earned 5 points. This is accumulating a bit slowly. I'm checking what new blueprints I can exchange for. I find that 5 points can only exchange for outdated blueprints from a few years ago. Electronic product blueprints. Completely useless. To get something useful, I need at least double-digit points. But the system also offers a lottery system. There are 3 levels of lottery. 5 points for 1 draw of a normal blueprint. 50 points to draw 1 rare blueprint. 500 points to draw 1 gold blueprint. So I asked the system, what are the odds of getting something good from these normal blueprints? The system's answer was short. Mostly obsolete blueprints from years ago, like the Xiaomi Mi 6 phone, Sony film cameras and so on. I felt a whole row of black lines over my head. These aren't just outdated blueprints. I should call them antique blueprints. So no wasting these points. Once the Z1 tablet is sold out, I'll save up the points and trade for a usable new blueprint. While the new tablet was in frantic production, online discussions about the BYD Z1 tablet started heating up. After the famous streamer Jega unboxed it, jokes about the 99 yuan knockoff tablet flooded the internet. After all, even on the used market, you rarely see a tablet for 99 yuan, let alone a brand new one. Plenty of netizens jumped in and bought Z1 tablets to test. They found even more performance flaws, like not being able to run some popular Android games. And if you opened too many apps, the tablet started lagging. Basically, it could only do one thing at a time, meaning you could only run one program at once. Some netizens looked up the component models in the Z1 tablet and found they were all popular from a few years ago, enough to prove it was true. After that, the BYD Z1 tablet was labeled as e-waste. Then someone dug up the manufacturer BYD Electronics. Hearing the name, many netizens thought they misheard. How does a knockoff factory get such a domineering name? Was this the case of giving it the coolest name to make the crappiest product? One BYD was a space fighter jet. Another BYD makes trash. Just the factory name became a target for netizens' jokes. Soon netizens noticed something was off. On multiple shopping platforms, the BYD Electronics online store, total sales added up to around 5,000 units. That was unbelievable. In just these few days, over 5,000 Z1 tablets had been sold. All stores across platforms were sold out. This sales volume already qualifies as a best-selling tablet. If you're counting daily sales champions, maybe even the iPad can't beat it. But netizens were stunned again after checking the reviews. Because the approval rating was over 98%. The positive review rate was even more ridiculous. 100% positive reviews. That's just scientifically impossible. People quickly dug up the qualifications of BYD Electronics Processing Factory. Turns out it's just a small electronics workshop, and it's apparently millions in debt, on the verge of going under. Now netizens thought they had found the truth. Only a trash company trying to cash out before closing down would make this kind of 99 yuan garbage tablet. Ever since the BYD Z1 tablet hit the market, the internet has been flooded with hate, calling it electronic waste. I didn't have time to care. The factory was busy pushing production. The online store was completely sold out. Only pre-orders were open. But bad publicity is still publicity. A tech blogger named Lei Shuhang To be the first to review it, actually bought one on a secondhand site for 199 yuan. First of all, this tablet brand new only costs 99. He recorded a teardown video. Hey everyone, today I'm tearing down the Baidu Z1 tablet that's been all over the internet. I paid a heavy 199 yuan just to get this unit. He narrated as he took it apart. Everyone says this tablet looks like it's from 10 years ago. We're about to see its real face. At first, his tone was relaxed. After opening it, he saw a small battery and an old processor. A 2000 milliamp hours battery from a third-tier brand. That's a pretty low-end product. Buying one would only cost a few dozen yuan, dirt cheap. No wonder everyone says the battery life is short. The processor is definitely an outdated MediaTek chip from years ago. Probably old stock they dug up from somewhere. But as he kept taking it apart, his tone changed. This tablet's design is really clever. The practical technology here is definitely not from a few years back. It uses the latest design concepts. Strange. This circuit design plan explains that. This tablet is absolutely not some inventory stock from a few years ago. Instead, it's a newly designed circuit board, just made using some purchased stock components. An ultra-cheap tablet. I watched the footage in his video, feeling calm inside. He noticed it. Damn, that's impressive. The design here is very clever. Even though it's a cheap tablet, the build quality is solid. There's not a single trace of sloppiness. He gave his verdict to the camera. To be fair, this tablet may be low in price, but the craftsmanship is absolutely fine. I dare say this tablet will last 3 or 4 years without issues. Finally, he calculated the cost. I estimate the cost price of the Baidu Z1 tablet might be just 99 yuan. They're not making money selling these, just trying to build brand recognition. His video went live, and the views skyrocketed. But the netizens' mockery got even fiercer. They even trash-talked him too. That's how toxic the internet is. Yet, on the other side of things I couldn't see, in countless rural villages, the situation was completely different. The neighbor bought a tablet for 99 yuan, and it could play opera at full volume, watch movies, and even do video calls. That made other villagers super envious. For the price of a bag of rice at 99 yuan, you could get a trendy computer. To them, that was an incredible deal. The Z1's performance was more than enough. They don't play big games, or use complex software. Just the word computer itself sounded high-end. So those who hadn't bought one rushed to find links. But the entire internet was sold out. They could only pre-order. I looked at the back-end data. Within no time, 25,000 units of the Z1 tablet sold through the pre-order link. Just like that, it became the sales champion. The online hype kept going, but I knew the products had already reached the people who needed them. The online flame war escalated again. Someone recorded a video of smashing the Z1 tablet. They're screaming for my factory to go under. The video went viral. Countless people are waiting to see my reaction. But I don't have time for that. The parts for the second batch of 50,000 tablets have the steel workshop swamped. Orders are coming in fast. We have to make every second count. Production, testing, shipping, workshop director Songda came to me saying we're short on hands. He suggested hiring temps. I looked at the 30-some workers we had. I knew the factory had to expand. I told the office to put out a hiring notice. But with one special requirement. Only hire regular workers aged 35 and above. They'll sign contracts with full social insurance and housing fund. This was something my dad stressed when he taught me. Too many factories these days lay off people at 35. It's inhumane. These middle-aged folks have families to support. Lose their jobs, and their world falls apart. They value their jobs more, and they're more dedicated. Besides, our factory work isn't heavy labor. This is the best choice for both sides. Hiring costs money. Luckily, the first batch of tablets made a profit of over 50,000. That's enough to cover wages and production for now. I promised my suppliers that I'll repay the old debts with interest within 2 months. They saw the sales data. They agreed to keep supplying. I have to speed up making money. Paying wages at the end of the month is a hurdle. The Z1 tablet and the new product have to hold up. While I was buried in the production line, I knew another storm was brewing online. That streamer called Brother Jia started a live stream talking about the Z1 again. His unboxing video went big last time. Now netizens told him that even used Z1s have gone up to 199. The tablet's price is rising. The factory's getting a bit cocky. Huh? He looked into it. He found the official price is still 99. But it's out of stock. You guys are messing with me. This tablet's just a fun toy anyway. Just buy one to mess around with. No one actually thinks it's good, right? But when he saw the monthly sales figure in the tens of thousands, his expression changed. No way. Is this tablet buying fake traffic? The commenters jeered, definitely faking the numbers. If this tablet can sell over 10,000 units in a week, I'll eat my own shit live, I swear. Don't say something that disgusting. Jia decided to get rid of the Z1 tablet he had. He went out to do a good deed. Give the tablet away. He asked 2 kids in the neighborhood. Their mom told them not to accept gifts from strangers. The kids ran off. He then asked a trendy young guy, "What cheap knockoff tablet? No thanks, I only use Apple products." The viewers in the livestream mocked him. "See, can't even give it away." Just then he heard a junk collector shouting, "Dead phones, old phones, even phones that won't turn on, trade them for stainless steel wash basins." Jia walked up to the old man on the three-wheeler. "I've got a tablet here. You taking it?" "Sure, I'll take it. Does it turn on?" "Yes, it boots up. It works fine. Then I can give you a medium-sized wash basin." Jia traded the Z1 tablet for a wash basin. "Alright, finally this tablet is good for something." The viewers laughed at him, saying he should have just listed it on Shenyu. But it also made them more convinced. There are too few Z1 units in circulation, which is why the second-hand price is inflated. That 10,000 plus sales figure has to be fake. Jia felt he needed to do something. He announced on the livestream, "This kind of low-price tablet dumping through fake orders disrupts the normal market. Baidu Z1 is absolutely criminal. In a couple of days I'll make a video criticizing this kind of knockoff electronics." His decision got a lot of support from viewers. In their hearts, the Z1 tablet is already absolutely terrible. They will never know, nor do they care, that at this moment in a village called Shirley Village in the northwest, a family named Jean is beaming with happiness because of a Z1 tablet. Xiaoya finally has her own tablet for online classes. No more long walks to classmates' homes. Jean Xiao uses it to play opera for the bedridden elderly. Seeing the smiles of her daughter and the old man, Jean Xiao's heart is full of gratitude. She finds Jean Dajiao to express her thanks. Jean Dajiao says that's easy. Just give him a good review. Jean Xiao curiously asks what a good review is. Jean Dajiao says it's like when you buy something. If this old shop's owner is good, you leave a note at the door, praising him, so future customers can also see the good review. Then I'll give him a good review. Jean Xiao says and asks someone for help. To leave a message and a few photos under the online store. She doesn't know. This is just the beginning. As the second batch of tablets shipped out, thousands of reviews, each one carrying the real traces of everyday life, began flooding into the store's comment section. 3 days later, Brother Jie, a live streamer from Shenzhen, kicked off his scheduled roundup of knockoff electronics right on time. He had a clear target in mind. First up for criticism, the Baidu Z1. Knockoff electronics. Folks, sure it looks cheap, but don't you dare buy it. The quality is terrible. It breaks easily, and that's not even the worst part. Many of these things come with serious safety risks. Today we're going to run through all the knockoff electronics currently on the market, so you know what to avoid. The live stream room was packed. Feeling pumped, Brother Jia clicked straight into the Z1 tablet store page. We can see it's listed at $99 with free shipping, but it's sold out. Over 10,000 units have been sold. Don't let the low price fool you. Buy one and you'll end up just like me. Can only be used to trade for stainless steel basins. The live stream room was full of laughter. Haha. Then he clicked on the product reviews, trying to use negative comments to back up his point. Look at these reviews. Meaning his words got stuck. The first buyer's photo was posted by Jean Xiao. In the picture, the home was bare, with a cracked cement wall, and a single bare bulb hanging. But the little girl holding the tablet was smiling happily. An old man lying in bed watching TV showed his only 2 teeth. Jean Xiao stood outside, beside a basket of eggs she wanted to send to the factory. Brother Jie fell silent. The live stream comments also thinned out. He scrolled down and saw the second one. A bedridden woman with no legs was watching The Legend of Zhenhuan on the tablet. The only appliance in the house seemed to be an old transistor radio. The third one, a group of kids wearing t-shirts printed with Applied Fertilizer Art Exhibition, some with holes in their shoes, were sitting around watching a cartoon on a Z1 tablet. The old man who left the review said, this reminded him of the old days when the whole village gathered to watch a single black and white TV. Scrolling down, hundreds of positive reviews, most with simple, plain wording. Some even had typos, from remote mountain villages. A few negative reviews came from city tech enthusiasts. Brother Jie's fingers trembled a little. The live stream was dead silent. Many people saw for the first time so clearly. Beyond their line of sight, there was such a huge, struggling group, yet finding satisfaction from a $99 tablet. Had they been wrong about the Z1 tablet? That thought appeared in Jie's mind for the first time, and maybe in the hearts of countless viewers watching the stream. But Zhouyang was still busy in the workshop, completely unaware of these changes quietly taking place. In streamer Brother Jie's live room, those customer photo reviews had left it utterly silent. Those photos and words made them, who had always lived in the city, see the needs of another group so clearly for the first time. In their eyes, $1,000 or $2,000 is nothing. But for many people, that's a huge sum. The Z1 tablet just meets the most basic needs of these people. Jia was silent for a while, finally spoke up. I apologize for my lack of rigor. The Z1 tablet is not e-waste, because so far no quality complaints have been received, even though its performance and specs are weak. It has brought tablets to mountain residents, which counts as a good deed. There were still doubters in the livestream, but this broadcast obviously couldn't continue. Jia apologized. The early sign-off quickly blew up, sparking more discussions about low-income groups. And I know nothing about it yet. I'm in the factory happily listening to the finance lady's report. Most of the payment for the second batch of tablets has come in. Sold over 35,000 units. Net profit around 500,000. This money couldn't have come at a better time. Enough to cover this month's payroll and relieve some debt pressure. The workers are all saying the young boss is exceptionally capable. After the finance lady left, I checked the system. This time the Z1 tablet sold over 35,000 units. With a 98% satisfaction rate. Calculating rewards. System notification. Excellent performance this time. Reward, 1 automated parts production line. Total accumulated points, 40. My heart surged with excitement. This production line for basic components like screws and washers is worth a lot. It will allow us to further lower costs. Uncle Songda, the workshop supervisor, was thrilled looking at the new equipment. The young boss really has the skills. Our factory is about to take off. I smiled. With the system, I'm confident I can lead the factory to soar. Before the customer service team is fully staffed, I reply to customer reviews myself. Faced with a flood of positive reviews, I mostly gave a standard reply to those comments. But some comments were impossible to brush off, like the one ranked at the top. A buyer review from the mountainous Northwest region. After thinking it over, I replied seriously. I'm glad Baidu products have brought you a great experience. We will keep working hard to offer everyone even better products. While scrolling through the comments, I noticed many rural customers asking the same question. Does Baidu have any cheap televisions? They feel the tablet screen is too small. Elderly folks have a hard time seeing it. Suddenly, it hit me. The needs of the people. That's my target. The next product will be a TV. This year happens to be the World Cup year. A lot of people need to watch the games. I immediately pulled up the system shop, searching through a dazzling array of TV blueprints. My goal was still rock-bottom pricing. Something people in the mountain regions can afford. I only had 40 points. I had to budget carefully. In the end, I locked onto a popular model currently on sale. The size couldn't be too big. That would raise costs, but it couldn't be too small either. Old folks wouldn't be able to see it. 55 inches seemed like a good middle ground. With the size decided, the next step was to pick the best blueprint for that size. Then figure out how to strip it down to the absolute minimum cost. I chose the blueprint for the Sony XR5590J TV. Used up 40 points to redeem it. The system immediately issued a new mission. Sensing the call of the masses, an additional challenge mission was added. Produce a television with a satisfaction rating above 96%. Monthly sales must exceed 50,000 units. Complete the mission and receive a rare blueprint as a reward. My heart leaped with excitement. The reward was very tempting. But selling 50,000 units a month was no small feat. I checked the platform sales rankings. The top-selling 4K TV barely broke 10,000 units monthly. The answer seemed clear and insanely low price. Just like the Z1 tablet, I started modifying the blueprint. The primary goal was to slash costs. The original expensive quad-layer screen had to go. I called a familiar supplier, Uncle Lu. A 55-inch screen costs at least 700 yuan, right? Any lower and it won't work. Uncle Lu said, this price won't do. My goal is to provide products that rural customers can afford. What about screens smaller than 55 inches? I want the cheapest, but it can't be too small. Above 32 inches, I'd say. But it can't hurt the eyes. I pressed him about the cheapest screen. I do have some, but I'm afraid you won't need them. Uncle Lu, go on. Why wouldn't I need them? Uncle Lu said, these are surplus inventory panels. 41 inches, an unconventional size. There are 20,000 pieces in stock. They've been sitting for 3 years. If you take them all, I'll sell them at scrap price, 55 each. It'll save space, I suppose. That suits me perfectly. An unconventional size is trouble for others. But with the system, I can modify the blueprints at zero cost to fit it. Screen settled. Next is the processor. A high-end Snapdragon is definitely out of budget. I chose a very low-cost MediaTek inventory chip. Memory downgraded. Stereo removed. HDMI ports downgraded. But I deliberately kept the old AV ports and added a USB port. This was learned from the lessons of the Z1 tablet. After all designs were finalized, I clicked confirm, and the system began optimizing the superfactory system. Blueprints optimization successful. Lucky critical hit triggered. Bonus reward, shell molding die. I was pleasantly surprised. This die can save a lot of time and upfront costs. Came just in time. New blueprints finalized. I immediately contacted the manufacturer to produce the shell, and headed to Uncle Lou's to check samples of other components. Time is tight. I must produce this TV customized for the mountain areas as soon as possible. After finalizing the TV's design plan, I went to supplier Uncle Lou's company to select parts. Xiaozhou, these samples are all here. Take a look yourself. Uncle Lou had the salesperson bring out the parts. I relied on the system's inspection feature to pick out quality products from many samples. The ones with the best value for money all came from a small factory called Pancher. I'll go with these. I pointed out the selected parts. Placed an order for 50,000 sets. That many? But of this brand's parts, I only have about 1,000 here, not enough. Lu Shui said. Then prepare whatever else you have in stock first. The important power boards and backlight boards need to be bought in bulk. I decided to contact the Pancher factory directly. Called the number on the packaging. A middle-aged manager answered. I stated my purpose directly. I need a large quantity of power boards, backlight boards and other TV parts. You want 50,000 sets? We can supply them. His voice carried surprise and delight. Their factory was on the verge of closing due to inventory buildup and lack of reputation. This order was undoubtedly a lifeline. I need at least 50,000 sets, with guaranteed quality and quantity. And the price can't be high. Can you do it? I asked. Can you? We can give you the lowest price, as long as your product quality is stable. And I need it on a long-term basis. Told him to get moving immediately. In the afternoon, the manager brought samples from Shiguan City to sign the contract. After inspecting the samples, I confirmed this supplier. They needed orders. I needed good and cheap parts. It's a win-win. With the raw materials secured, the factory side was also expanding. The newly hired 30-plus workers were all in place. All over 35 years old. Everyone valued this stable job. I distributed the TV assembly drawings. Have the veteran workers quickly train the new hires. The peak production season is coming. Just then, office manager Ma came to see me. Factory director Zhou hired a graphic designer as you requested. A young girl. Do you want to see for yourself? I'll be right there. I do need a graphic designer. In the shabby big office, I met the new employee Jiang Yixing, a shy young girl wearing glasses. Hello, factory director. She called out timidly. I looked at her resume. You graduated from our Shenzhen Art Institute? Yes. Jiang Yixing replied. Alright, I'm leaving this to you now. First task. Design a new product preview for our online store page, called Baidu 41-inch TV. I laid out the requirements. This new product preview image must include the name. Include a picture of the TV. As for the price, just write a 1 followed by 2 question marks. Okay? She immediately opened her laptop and started working. Show me the design when you're done. If it passes, help me post it on the online store. With an assistant, I can focus more on production and cost accounting. I carefully calculated the cost of each TV. The most expensive part is the screen at 55 yuan. Other parts range from a few yuan to over 10 yuan. The final calculated cost was 101 yuan. I was satisfied with this cost control. So what should the selling price be? I closed my eyes and thought. It had to be a dominant price. The cheapest 32-inch new TV on the market costs 499 yuan. But mine is 41 inches. In the end, I made a decision. Sell it for 148 yuan. This price is enough to create a huge wave in the low-end market. Before the end of the workday, Jiang Yixing called to say, the promotional image is ready. I rushed to the office, wanting to see what this new graphic designer could really do. I checked the new product preview image Jiang Yixing designed. I nodded slightly. The design the young guy made is really fresh. A Baidu TV is showing a bright, colorful image. Feels good. Alright, let's go with this one. I make the call. So, factory manager Zhou, what price are we selling this TV for? I need to prepare a proper promotional image ahead of time. Jiang Yixin asks. I say. Jiang Yixin blinks in disbelief and asks. 148 yuan might not even cover a decent meal. How can that buy a TV? The office lady next to her laughs. You don't know, do you? Our Baidu first tablet was only 99 yuan. Sold out. The feedback has been great. Don't worry. Our little factory manager Zhou definitely won't take a loss. He's going to make money for the factory. Then we'll all get raises. I continue. Just 148 yuan. It's almost quitting time now. You can design it tomorrow. I expect we'll have the first TV out in 5 days. I'll get the design done as fast as I can. Jiang Yixin thinks it's amazing. She wants to see it too. What this magical TV actually looks like. After the new product preview was posted, it didn't get much attention at first. But the mountain residents who check the Baidu store every day found it. One resident calls a friend. Hey, come look, Baidu is coming out with a TV. They say it'll be 100-something yuan. A TV for over 100? No way. Old Lee's family in our village just bought a small TV. It was tiny. And it still cost over 800. The friend doesn't believe it. But Baidi's previous tablet was only 99. So a TV for over 100 doesn't seem wrong. Can you compare a TV to a tablet? Look, a tablet is tiny. But a TV is like dozens of tablets put together. Look how big it is. I figure a TV like that has to cost at least $100. So you think the 100+ price tag is fake? City folk are always trying to pull one over on you. It says here the reveal is in 5 days. Don't believe it? Let's check back in 5 days. If I'm wrong, I'll buy you a drink. But if I'm right, you're buying. Deal. There are also customers who trust Baidi. Mainly the ones who bought the Z1 tablet. A lot of their families don't have a TV. Or they're using some ancient clunker. Now, whether they can finally get a TV without breaking the bank depends on the Baidi 41-inch television. Tech blogger Lei Shuhang noticed too. He replied to comments under his video. Alright, I followed it. When it launches, I'm definitely grabbing one to tear down. On the eve of the launch, customer service reported that a lot of people couldn't get the Z1 tablet. So I ordered another 10,000 sets of components. We'll produce some tablets in between making the TVs. I've basically been living at the factory for the past couple of days, pushing the TV assembly along. Employees are working 3 shifts, but I'm paying them fat bonuses. This TV has a higher profit margin. Plus, there's the system challenge. I've got a mission to complete. This is my comeback fight. I can't afford to screw it up. The warehouse is stacking up with packed TVs. I'm planning to produce the first batch of 20,000 units. Funds are tight. I have to wait for sales revenue to scale up production. I'm confident about sales. This is a blue ocean. On launch morning, many shoppers are waiting with their phones for 8 a.m. The product page refreshes. It clearly shows a 41-inch big screen TV. Surprise price, 148 yuan. People glued to their screens go wide-eyed. They're shocked. They never imagined a liquid crystal TV this big would sell for such a low price. On the same platform, similar-sized TVs cost around 1,000 yuan. They couldn't help but wonder, is White Emperor seriously running a charity? When we listed the 41-inch TV for 148 yuan on our online store, it caused a stir across the country. Hey, did you see that? White Emperor released a new TV. 148 bucks. A 148 yuan TV. Used, not brand new. It must be one of those tiny TVs. Like 10 inches, same size as a tablet. I've seen those on Taobao. No way. 41 inches, brand new. No kidding, holy crap. It really is a 148 yuan TV. A temp must have mislabeled the price. Buy it now. This deal won't come again. Most people thought it was either a pricing error or a scam. But some old users of our Z1 tablet felt the price was totally reasonable. A tablet for 99 yuan. A TV for 148 yuan. Based on screen area. That's a steal. People were glued to their phones waiting for the 10 a.m. sale. I was in the factory watching the back end. At exactly 10 a.m., the link went live, paid 148 yuan. The ding sounds blended into one. Over 1,000 orders went through. Even tech blogger Lei Shuhang managed to grab one. In the office, that cheap plastic 41-inch TV was playing. Even our own customer service thought, for that price, what more could you want? By evening, the first 5,000 units were sold out. I told each platform to list another 2,000 units. But shipping would take 72 hours. The warehouse was empty. Workshop director Song De told me, at this rate, raw materials would run out in 3 days. Trouble was coming. All my cash flow was tied up in parts. The online store's payments wouldn't come in until customers confirmed receipt. That was at least a few days away, no money to stock up on materials. I immediately called the suppliers, Uncle Lou and the manager at Pancher. I threw the back-end sales data in front of them. Thousands of units a day. I asked them to supply me first. Payment would come in a week. Maybe they were swayed by the numbers. Or maybe my desperation convinced them. They finally nodded. Thank you all for your support. Once the money comes in, I'll settle your payments right away. After hanging up, I pumped my fist in excitement. The parts were taken care of. But the warehouse manager quickly poured cold water on it. You've got the other parts, but what about the most important one, the screens? I slapped my forehead. I was so busy I forgot. I completely overlooked the screens. The 20,000 screens from before were Uncle Lou's leftover stock. He doesn't have any more. And no other supplier will either. That 4.1-inch special size is a niche backup. Looks like I have to go directly to a screen manufacturer for a custom order. It was too late in the day. I decided to call them in the morning. That night, I slept on the folding cot in the factory. Before bed, I casually scrolled through what netizens were saying about Baidi. Words like knockoff giant, tech support, and e-waste stung. But I wasn't mad. Our extreme cost-effectiveness is destined not to be understood by those well-off, tech-savvy netizens. But as long as the people who really need it find it useful, that's enough. My hard work, you'll all understand sooner or later. Lights off, time to sleep. Tomorrow I've got to keep breaking sales records. While stretching in the factory yard that morning, I ran into old security guard Uncle Tan. Little factory boss, you're up early. Uncle Tan, morning to you too. As usual, he brought me steamed buns from Old Ban's place. I ate the buns, but my mind was on business. I checked the sales data. Another few dozen units sold overnight. Sales aren't the problem, but the supply of raw materials is a sword hanging over my head. When 9 o'clock rolled around, I immediately called the screen manufacturer, Huashing Technology. Hey, is this Huashing Technology company? I'm looking to buy a batch of screens. I state my requirements. I want a batch of 41-inch screens. 41-inch needs custom order, 200 yuan per piece. My heart sinks. My whole TV only sells for 148. One screen costs more than the whole unit. Is there a cheaper one? Something around 50 yuan per screen, but quality can't be poor. How can it be that cheap? If it's a standard 32-inch screen, then it can be cheaper, 110 yuan per piece. This price is impossible to negotiate. Hung up the phone. I'm feeling annoyed. Where can I find cheap 41-inch screens? Just as I'm worrying, supplier Uncle Lou calls. Says there's a batch of 70,000 42-inch TV screens. 42-inch is fine too, as long as the price is cheap. I ask Uncle Lou to send a Beijing phone number. He reminds me he's not familiar with the other party. Says I should handle it myself. I dial the number. Hello. I heard you have a batch of 42-inch TV screens. Yes, what's your name? My name is Zhou Yang. What's your name? The other party is called Lin Shuai. He says this batch was originally low-end goods for export to India. The goods arrived at the dock, but the buyer slashed the price on the spot. He'd rather keep them unsold than give in. Now the goods are piled up at the port. He's in a hurry to offload them. How much per piece? What kind of panel? 100 yuan per piece. This batch is custom-made. 42-inch TV screens. 60 Hz IPS panels. Too expensive. 50 per piece is okay. Your price slashing is too ruthless. 50 per piece? I'll lose my shirt, no way. Listen to him talk. Like a rookie. He gave away his whole hand. That gave me the leverage to bargain down the price. First I had to see the goods. I drove the factory's old minivan straight to the Shenzhen docks. Lin Shuai was young, dressed head to toe in name brands. Hard to see how we'd have much in common. He showed me the container full of neatly stacked screen panels. I went up and did a spot check. They felt good in the hand. The system also confirmed they were passable quality. We still needed to negotiate the price. I had to get the unit price under 65. Only then would there be any profit. 55 apiece. I quoted based on the price of old surplus stock. I can't sell them at that. I'd lose too much on this. 85 apiece. He caved a little. I had a shot. I explained to him that this odd size, nobody else would take them off his hands. Sitting on the dock. Every day they cost you 60 bucks a pop in losses. That's way too much of a loss. No deal. He hesitated. Clearly I'd hit a sore spot. Brother Zhou, bump it up a little. I'm getting killed here. Going back empty-handed would be humiliating. He offered me a cigarette. I waved it off. Looking at these screens, the quality was genuinely good. I was tempted. I'd rather make 10 bucks less per unit, if it means better quality. 65 apiece. That's my final offer. But you have to sell me the whole lot. 65 works. But you need to take all 70,000 pieces. Deal. Lin Shuai and I high-fived. A huge weight lifted off my chest. The screens were finally taken care of. I'd sealed the deal with Lin Shuai for those 70,000 screens. But I didn't have a few million in cash on hand. I suggested a deposit now. Balance to be settled later. Lin Shuai didn't seem too concerned about payment terms. He was more focused on whether I was a legitimate company. That afternoon, he arranged the logistics. They hauled the container over to Baidi Road. I gave him a word of advice. He should be more careful from now on. Those foreign bastards have rotten hearts. Especially clients from Curryland. If they don't pay in full, don't do business with them. Got it. Damn it, I'll make those cheapskates pay someday. Lin Shuai cursed. When we got to the factory, he took a tour. Seeing the workshop buzzing with production, he finally felt confident enough to sign the contract. He left his business card before heading out. He was the boss of an import-export trading company. Looking at the mountain of panels stacked in the warehouse, worth over 4 million, I felt the pressure. I had to turn them into products immediately. The first priority was to revise the design. A 1-inch difference between 41 and 42 inches meant the entire blueprints had to be adjusted. For other factories, that would be a major undertaking. But I had the system. I opened the modification interface, adjusted the screw holes and circuitry. Soon after, the super factory system prompted, modification complete, lucky crit triggered, obtained corresponding molds, lucky break, saved myself the cost of molds. I immediately notified Xiao Jiang, the graphic designer, told him to change the promotional image from Baidi 41 TV to Baidi 41 Pro. Bigger screen, better quality. But I wasn't planning to raise the price. Consider it a little bonus for the users. This upgrade was out of necessity. When I have more capital down the line, I'll be able to order custom raw materials consistently. Raw materials sorted. Sales momentum was still strong. The next night, we moved over 4,000 more units. 2 days in, total exceeded 10,000. The goal of 50,000 monthly sales looked within reach. But I couldn't afford to let my guard down. The bottleneck right now is production capacity. Plus, online store sales are naturally dropping. The people who wanted to buy already got it in the first few days. I need to figure out a way to promote it. I don't have money for ads. I have to find another path. Our target users are low-income people. They often buy farming tools. Seeds are cheap. For daily necessities, I contacted a printing factory to customize a batch of shopping bags. The cost is low. Then I found some farming tool e-commerce sellers to cooperate. I also plan to give them out for free in suburban shared rentals. The bags are printed with a slogan. Good products, more quantity, same price. Get to know Baidi, free bag. No one will refuse to carry one. It's a mobile billboard. While I was busy with production and promotion, tech blogger Lei Shuhang received the Baidi Z1 TV he bought, and he recorded an unboxing video. First, we see the packaging is average. Cardboard and foam. The accessories inside are also simple. Just a power cord, an HDMI cable. Surprisingly, there's even a retro AV cable, and a remote control, 2 AAA batteries, a TV stand. He sets up the TV, starts commenting. This look really has a plasticky feel. Or maybe it's all plastic. Not even good material. It feels rough to the touch. Is this just to make it matte? Made intentionally like that. But if they put some effort into the shell material, the TV's texture would be a lot better. He gives the appearance of 5 out of 10, failing. Then he turns it on, the logo is prominent. But startup is more than 10 seconds slower. After connecting to Wi-Fi, he uses the built-in software to play free TV shows. The picture quality and sound make him frown. For comparison, he brings over his own Sony TV and records the same footage. The colors are definitely distorted. The sound quality is like a broken bellows, and the operation response is slow. Storage space is pretty much full. Luckily, there's a USB port to connect external devices. After testing all the features, he concluded this TV has poor performance. The picture and sound quality experience is bad, but the 148 yuan price is its biggest advantage. It's cheaper than a lot of old used TVs. My opinion is this TV is only for a small group of people. Everyone should buy according to their needs. After his video was posted, quickly sparked a wave of discussion online. I closed the webpage. I knew in my heart, this is the path we have to take. Be it controversy or bad reviews, as long as the people who need it can buy it, that's enough. Online criticism of the Baidi Z1 TV set off another wave. Isn't this just a piece of junk knockoff TV? I think it's the same deal as the Z1 tablet. It's got nothing going for it except being cheap. What can you even do with this TV? The sound is painful to listen to. Colors are distorted. Doesn't support high refresh rate games. Even turning it on has ghosting. If you buy it, you're a total sucker. City users used to the experience of 1,000 yuan good TVs find it hard to understand our products. They don't know how cheap things can be in other places. That's exactly the case in Shirley Village. Village Chief Zhang Fuguei received the TV he ordered. He's one of our regular customers. He chose us because he trusted the Z1 tablet. He couldn't wait to set up the TV in his bedroom. His wife, Zhang Dajiao, saw the logo and asked, "Isn't this the same manufacturer as the tablet? How much?" Zhang Fuguei said. Zhang Dajiao exclaimed, "Really cheap. That 60-inch one we have at home. I remember it cost over 4,000, right? Even the change is more than this Baidi TV. Plugged it in and turned it on." Most shows on the TV require a subscription. But that didn't stump Zhang Fuguei, who works part-time as a mobile installer. He connected a set-top box. Only a few yuan a month. Not bad, pretty clear. Several people praised loudly. It's about the same as that tablet. Zhang Fuguei commented. After watching for a few minutes, the couple was very satisfied with the price. They didn't care about the looks or top-tier picture quality. Saving 1,000 or 2. Buying a dozen pounds of pork ribs is more practical. Zhang Fuguei took a photo and posted it on his moments, recommending it to villagers who might need it. As the village head, he felt it was his duty to keep folks from wasting money. Jidajio suddenly thought of his neighbor Jean Chao's situation. Last time they talked, she said, the old man's eyes got tired watching the tablet. He went to Jean Chao's house, a 148 yuan TV, and its Baidi brand. Jean Chao was immediately interested. She had asked around in the county town. The cheapest 32-inch was 7 or 800. But this is 148. Once these free-range chickens I'm raising grow up and sell, I'll have the money to buy the TV. Jean Chao calculated. What are you waiting for? I'll lend it to you. Just pay me back when you can. Jidajio said warmly. Thank you so much, Jidajio. I'll be able to sell them in a week. I'll return the favor then, Jidagio. He waved his hand, logged into the shop, ready to place the order, but froze. Because the link showed the Baidu 41 Pro TV. Said more for the same price. Claimed the screen was upgraded. Price unchanged. Already upgraded this fast. Do you want this upgraded TV? The version I bought seems to be sold out, Jidagio. Said nice. Baidu stuff is good. Does everything. I don't really know. Jean Xiao said. But it's still in pre-sale. Shipping within 3 days, they say. The Baidu stuff is good, no doubt. But you always have to wait a few days when ordering. I made a snide comment about it being light. When a lot of people buy something, it naturally becomes scarce. That means everyone likes this TV. You won't regret buying it. See, these are our real users. Their satisfaction matters more than any criticism online. Meanwhile, in Shenzhen, streamer Brother Jie noticed our product during his live broadcast. Someone in the chat reminded him, Baidu released a new TV. Brother Jie was puzzled. The Z1 tablet was so cheap. And this TV is only $148. Is this company even making money? His viewer numbers have been dropping lately. He was in need of fresh content. He opened the link right then, and found the Baidu Z1 Pro had already sold over 7,000 units this month. He bought it. Brother Jia placed the order. 3 days later, the TV arrived. He started a live stream. Unboxing. I closed the comment page in my back office. The controversy never stopped, but those who truly need it will vote with their actions. We're on the right path. You can see the accessories are sparse. The color scheme looks cheap. The build quality of the casing is also lacking. He ragged on it all the way through the unboxing. He connected the TV. He even covered his ears in advance. The Baidu logo flashed with a rough sound. Comments started pouring in. It exploded instantly. My titanium alloy dog ears can't handle the audio quality. And the color on the screen looks off too. For comparison, he moved the Baidu TV next to his $10,000 Samsung 100-inch TV. The difference was obvious to the naked eye. He then tested gaming. He connected a PS5 and an Xbox to the Baidu TV. Only 1080p, blurry image. Missing features. He summed it up. Now you get it, right? If you're a gamer, then you'd definitely go with Samsung or Sony. Otherwise, you'd be doing your acting a disservice. Netizens chimed in one after another. I'm not a gamer. I still wouldn't pick Baidu. Even the Z1 for free. I wouldn't take it. This kind of TV is only good for face swapping. $100-something of e-waste. I just can't believe a normal TV could sell that cheap. It's got to be all defective parts. But some people brought up Lei Shuhong's teardown to defend Baidu. The internal build quality is actually decent. For light use, this TV is a massive value. And it's only 148 yuan. Plus a 1-year warranty. What more could you ask for? That guy immediately got attacked from all sides. They called him a Baidu shill. And joked. What's the group chat number? How much to get in? Let's all make money together. Bro Jia hooked up his Switch to test it. Found the difference wasn't that big. He joked that the NS is truly the great equalizer of gaming consoles. Even the Baidu Z1 handles it with ease. Looks like if you're a Nintendo fan, and you want to save some cash, picking this Baidu is a decent option. Netizens still weren't buying it. Not for the family TV. It's not like you only use it for gaming. The family needs to watch TV too. If I brought this TV home, my mom would kill me for sure. Bro Jia finally noticed that when watching movies with black bars, the Baidu TV gave off an unexpected retro filter vibe. Guess the Baidu TV isn't completely useless after all. Just then, his phone rang. A friend was visiting. He hurriedly ended the stream. The TV, left forgotten on the side, playing movies on a loop all by itself. I finished watching the recording. Closed the page. The voices online. I've long been used to it. Our TVs have fully transitioned to the 4K version. The previous 20,000 units of the old model sold out a while ago. Most buyers are in remote mountain villages. The 5 days after delivery were when my cash flow was tightest. But 5 days later, as users gradually confirmed receipt, the pressure from payment returns suddenly eased. Within a week, total sales of the 2 TV models approached 50,000 units. Daily sales still hit over 1,000. This performance topped the sales charts on all major e-commerce platforms. It knocked the previous bestsellers out of the top spots. A lot of people started wondering what kind of brand Baidu really is. They click on the link, and after seeing the price, their reactions are almost identical. Their jaws drop to the floor. I have no time at all to pay attention to that criticism. The ones who curse won't buy. The ones who buy won't curse. My customers and the online commenters are from 2 completely different worlds. Right now, I only care about the system's challenge mission. Sales clearly passed 50,000, but it's not completed. The prompt tells me to ask the system. It replies that the challenge mission has 2 assessment targets. Monthly sales of 50,000 units and a 96% positive rating. Currently, the number of reviews hasn't reached 50,000. So the mission requirements haven't been met. So that's how it is. I'll have to wait a bit longer. Enough users need to receive their goods and give their ratings. I keep coordinating production, strictly focusing on quality. I pay the returned funds to suppliers the moment they come in. Reputation is the foundation that keeps this whole thing running. The machines in the workshop are running at full power. I know the path we're taking is the right one. The rest is up to time and those who truly need it. Online doubts about Baidi have never stopped. Are you kidding me? There's actually a TV for 148 yuan? Must have missed a zero. Who would buy such a crappy cheap TV? They click on the sales link, and when they see the monthly sales, they're stunned. Must be fake data. That's the first reaction for a lot of people. They call our products disposable TVs. They think we use cheap knockoff parts. Some self-righteous netizens even reported us directly. After an investigation, the sales verification platform confirmed every sale was real. Every transaction can be verified. This controversy caught the attention of an intern reporter, Jiang Shuqi, an intern reporter for Shenzhen Business Daily, who was struggling to find a good story. She saw a post online about Baidi TVs. A TV for 148 yuan was the monthly bestseller on multiple platforms. How is that possible? Her gut told her. There's a story here. She started gathering information. Her calculations showed Baidi's total sales across all online stores had exceeded 50,000 units, with sales revenue reaching 7.4 million yuan. For a small factory that hadn't run any ads, that number was terrifying. She decided to come see the factory herself. That afternoon, the security guard, Uncle Tan, reported, "There's a young lady here wanting an interview." I perked up immediately. This was a great opportunity for publicity. I walked to the entrance and saw a girl with a ponytail. A slim girl dressed plainly. "Hello. I'm Zhou Yang, the manager of Baidi Electronics," I said, extending my hand. "Hello. I'm Jiang Shuqi, an intern reporter with Shenzhen Business Daily." As we shook hands, a flicker of surprise crossed her eyes. Probably not expecting the manager to be so young. She made her interview request. "Sure, come on in." I gave her a tour of the factory. Her expression shifted from doubt to amazement. The factory was busy and orderly. The environment was clean. There were even new production lines. It wasn't at all the knockoff factory she had imagined. After the tour, we went to the office to start the formal interview. Her first question was sharp. "What's the purpose behind Baidi producing such cheap electronics? Are you taking a loss?" I smiled and said, "Our goal at Baidi is to let the people of the world achieve freedom in home appliances. As for losing money, that's impossible. Although the profit isn't great, small profits and quick turnover still make it worthwhile. We won't lose money. Online, people are currently slamming Baidi's products as electronic junk. What do you think? You have to trust that the public has sharp eyes. Our Z1 tablet has sold over 50,000 units. People are still hunting for more. The 41 series TV sold 50,000, by the way. Sorry. Today it's already surpassed 60,000 units. Still in short supply. That says it all. How can an appliance everyone approves of be garbage?" I showed him some customer photos. The sincere smiles from those mountain users moved him deeply. "So what's your profit margin on these low-end products?" "That's a trade secret. I'm afraid I can't answer that." He asked a few more questions. I answered them one by one. Finally, he asked, "I want to know if Baidi, besides tablets and TVs, will produce other appliances." Of course, I said Baidi will keep developing. Whatever the people need, we'll produce. I said that with conviction. Jiang Shuqi carefully wrote it down. "Thank you for your cooperation." He got the content he was satisfied with. He stood up, shook hands, and said goodbye. I walked her to the factory gate, watched her drive away. Felt really good. Once this report comes out, it should help with my challenge mission. But I never expected that an incident would follow and make the Baidi 41 TV a true news hotspot. It also brought an unexpected competitive crisis. Streamer brother Jie's livestream later became the best ad for our TV. Even though it was pure coincidence. He went home after 2 days of partying with friends. The livestream was still on as he walked to the door. He suddenly heard a woman's scream coming from the room. "What's that sound?" He pressed his ear to the door and realized it was from the TV. He then remembered. He hadn't turned off the TV when he left. "Damn, this cheap TV has been on for 3 days straight. I hope it doesn't overheat and catch fire. I just renovated my place not long ago." He was terrified. He rushed into the house. The expected short circuit and fire didn't happen. The TV was still working normally. The netizens found it unbelievable. Brother Jie touched the TV. The back was just warm. "I'm going to the bathroom," he said as he headed to the restroom. But he tripped over the power cord. He fell. The TV was pulled down too. Crashed heavily onto the tiles. "Damn, why am I so unlucky?" He rubbed his knee. But noticed the TV, face down on the floor, was still making sound. He turned it over. Saw that the screen didn't have a single crack. The live stream chat exploded instantly. Damn, no way. It didn't break even from that fall? This TV is a beast. Man, I think Baidu is the Nokia of TVs. It can be used to crack walnuts and stop bullets. Netizens urged him to test it. Brother Jie checked all the functions. Even when he slapped it hard, it didn't budge. He couldn't help giving a thumbs up. Awesome, I found the biggest advantage of this Baidu TV. Its durability. Netizens got creative. This TV is for couples who often smash their TV during fights. Won't feel bad even if you break it, and it's virtually indestructible. Isn't it a perfect match? Save money and let off steam. This is a fan-specific TV. When watching the World Cup, your team. After losing, you can take it out on the TV. After beating it, you can still watch. Brother Jie was inspired. He decided to keep this TV specifically for watching the national team's matches. You wouldn't feel bad smashing the TV at all. This unexpected new demand actually drove sales. By the end of the day, we sold a few hundred more units. They were probably all viewers from the livestream. People buying them specifically to smash while watching games. That livestream clip got edited and spread around. White Emperor TVs were jokingly called the Nokia of televisions. The 148 yuan price tag plus insane durability made it go completely viral. Teardown blogger Lei Shuhang wanted to find out why. He tore his unit apart. The internal build was solid. The screen used a flexible, soft material. Top-notch quality. After his video dropped, the hype around White Emperor TV hit a whole new level. I closed the constantly pinging order notifications and smiled at the prompt. Guess that's what they mean by plant willows by accident and get shade. We never meant to market it as shatterproof, but the users discovered that for us. Market feedback is always more real and more interesting than we ever imagined. At the same time, in Shirley Village, within just a few days, after seeing village chief Zhang Fugui's TV, the villagers started placing orders one after another. That one village alone bought over 20 units, including Jin Xiao's family. After waiting a few days, Jin Xiao finally received the White Emperor 432 delivered by postal service. She and her daughter Xiaoya assembled the TV together. The moment they turned it on, both mother and daughter cheered. The two bedridden elderly relatives were overjoyed when a traditional opera started playing on the big screen. They were grinning from ear to ear. Jin Xiao felt deeply grateful. She found Jin Dajiao and said she wanted to post a buyer review to thank White Emperor. Scenes like this were happening in villages everywhere. Those heartfelt buyer reviews were the best reward. Meanwhile, Zhang Shuqi, an intern at Shenzhen Business Daily, submitted a news article about White Emperor. Her editor praised her. Not bad. You're learning to chase the hot topics. Next month, we'll make you a permanent employee. The article was published quickly. In it, she calculated. White Emperor 41 TV total sales across all platforms have exceeded 65,000 units. Sales revenue reached 9.62 million yuan. Even with a low profit margin, the net profit is still quite impressive. Once the article stirred up a storm, the White Emperor 41 TV became a viral phenomenon. It finally caught the attention of the competition. Major TV brands discovered their low-end product shipments over the past 2 weeks had plummeted. The culprit was White Emperor. Xiaomi TV, known for its cost-effectiveness, took the biggest hit. Their manager called a meeting with the engineers. The manager stared intently and asked, "Tell me, if we manufacture this 41-inch TV, can we keep its cost under 148 yuan?" The engineer frowned and shook his head. "With our current processes and materials, it's impossible to build a 41-inch TV with a cost under 100 yuan. You'd have to use the cheapest components available, and they'd be outdated models from years ago. Selling it at 148 yuan would definitely mean a loss." The manager was unhappy. He ordered, "I order you to buy a White Emperor TV immediately and bring it in for study. Find out how they did it." The engineer received the TV the next day. He began to disassemble it. The results stunned him. The internal design was commendable. The circuit layout was excellent. They couldn't figure out how White Emperor managed to keep the cost under 148 yuan. "They don't know about my design and R&D costs. The system saved me that expense." That's the real edge in this price war. Just as White Emperor became the industry's research target, sales of the 41 Pro officially broke 80,000 units. Half a month's performance crushed other brands' low-end products. And I finally received a notification from the system. Super Factory System Challenge task completed. White Emperor 41 Series TV monthly sales exceeded 50,000 units, with a positive review rate above 96%. Special reward: 1 rare blueprint. Awesome. I punched the air excitedly in my office. The reward was a virtual blueprint, packed in a small gift box. Open rare blueprint. System. Prompt. Obtained a limited edition Haier dual tub pulsator washing machine blueprint. A blueprint for a washing machine. I was a bit surprised. I took a closer look at the blueprint. There was a limited edition label on it. The system told me This was a product Haier developed 2 years ago but never released, because the costs were too high, and its market positioning was awkward, so it got shelved. I examined the blueprint, and found the same problem. The cost was too high. It would have to sell for around 1,000 yuan. But this was exactly my area of expertise. Cut down the features for extreme cost performance. I opened the blueprint editing interface, ready to start trimming, which triggered the newbie tutorial mission. This modification to the blueprint needs to be innovative compared to the original, and gain market recognition. Monthly sales of 30,000 units, and a positive review rate above 96%. Reward, a complete injection molding production line for shells. I was thrilled. This was exactly what I desperately needed. I immediately threw myself into the modifications. Swapped the metal shell for hard plastic. The electronic control panel, replaced with a retro-mechanical knob motor. Found domestic alternatives. The cost was gradually squeezed down. But the mission required innovation. Just cutting features wasn't enough. I had to add new functionality. But innovation usually meant increasing costs. I decided to look for inspiration from the target customers, rural users. I contacted some customers in mountainous areas for market research. Washing machine. I bought one before. It broke down not long after using it. It's been sitting at home, not durable at all. Can't wash large clothes, useless. After digging deeper, I got a key piece of information. A lot of rural users often wash potatoes in their washing machines, and root vegetables like radishes that are covered in mud. My mind suddenly clicked. Got it. What if I designed a washing machine that could also wash vegetables? Wouldn't that be innovation? I modified the blueprint, added a sediment filtering device and a vegetable washing mode. The blueprint design was finished. No innovation options. System assessment. This is not an innovation. I checked. Turns out there was already a washing machine that could wash vegetables. It just never caught on. Looks like I need to add another feature. What else can I wash besides clothes and vegetables? A dishwasher. That thought came to me. But the principles of a washing machine and a dishwasher are very different. I locked myself in my office. Racked my brain for a whole day. I found inspiration from the wave spray mechanism in the original blueprint. I added a few small motors to control the spray jets, and designed a round dish rack. But the simulation showed the dishwashing results were unsatisfactory. Many areas weren't getting hit by the water. The system notified me that the new feature mod had failed. Dishwashing performance was poor. I was a bit down. That evening I watched the movie Tai Chi Master to relax. I heard a line. Let go of your burdens and run toward a new life. Suddenly clicked. I was trying too hard to be perfect. For a product that's all about extreme value for money, workable is more important than perfect. I went back to the drawing board. Decided to skip cleaning the back of the dishes. Only guarantee the front side gets hit by the water stream. And put a note in the manual suggesting that once the washing machine design is complete, add the dishwashing feature. It was recognized as a new feature. Being asked to name this washing machine finally succeeded. I thought about it. Named it Baidu 3EX washing machine. The 3 stands for 3 washing modes. X stands for the pinion for wash system. The blueprint design for Baidu 3EX washing machine succeeded and triggered a lucky critical hit. Got the corresponding molds. Saved another chunk of cash. I checked my current points. Already at 60. Once I save up to 100, I can redeem something better. Lying on the folding bed in my office, I felt an unprecedented sense of fulfillment. The debt was finally looking like it could be paid off. A new product line is about to launch. The path for Baidu is getting wider and wider. A new day. I start picking out parts for the 3-in-1 washing machine. The inner drum and outer shell are being handled by the injection molding factory, using the cheapest wear-resistant materials. But their schedule is tight. Gotta wait. For the sake of cost, I have to suck it up. I think to myself, this is probably the last time I'll be at someone else's mercy. Once the accommodation production line reward kicks in, things will be better. I bought the small panel parts in bulk from Uncle Lou. Only a few cents per unit. The motor is the big expense. I browsed through a row of samples in Uncle Lou's warehouse. System prompt. The Taurus 73WA motor meets the requirements. This motor is cheap and durable. Plenty of power. I order 50,000 sets. Negotiated a discounted price of 31 yuan, plus other components. Final cost is controlled at around 75 yuan. I breathe a sigh of relief. Sticking to my usual style, I'll sell it for 99 yuan. A 3-in-1 washing machine for under 100 bucks should be competitive. I have our graphic designer Xiao Jiang start working on promo images. But the new product launch will take at least half a month. Stuck waiting on the injection molding factory. Meanwhile, sales of the Baidu 41 TV are still going strong. Another 20,000 units sold over the following week. Over half a month, total online sales broke 100,000 units. It became a phenomenon. Over 10 million yuan in revenue. Sure enough, it attracted jealous eyes and copycats. In no time, A ton of them popped up on Huiqiangbai and Pinduoduo. Cheap TVs priced at 129 yuan. Even cheaper than ours. But soon these knockoffs started showing quality issues. That day, streamer Brother Jia was live. A viewer named Don't Step on My Chelsea kept spamming the chat, cursing him for promoting low-quality products. Brother Jia was confused. He rarely does product promotions. And he's never done one for Baidi. Buddy, I think you've got the wrong guy. If you don't like the game, just move on. You can apply for a refund from the manufacturer. Jiegu said during the livestream. Don't step on my Chelsea boots. Said what game? I'm talking about the TV you promoted last time. It broke down after a couple of days. It won't turn on. I asked for a refund. Customer service wouldn't even reply. Baidi TV. Jiegu patiently explained. He'd never promoted that product, but the other guy wouldn't listen. And then he was gone. But Jiegu got a warning from the platform, telling him to watch his language. He knew something was wrong. He reached out to another user who'd had the same issue. Asked for pictures and the store link. One look and he knew it was a knockoff. The product name said Baidi and the price was 138 yuan. Well, that's a first. So Baidi already has counterfeit products. To test the waters for everyone, Jiegu immediately ordered one. While he was waiting for it to arrive, a bunch of posts online were already trashing Baidi's quality. Some irresponsible media outlets just used those posts as news headlines. Sensationalist stuff. Pretty soon I noticed the problem too. Some customers who bought the knockoffs actually came to our official store asking for refunds. That directly hurt our sales. I immediately put up a warning on the store about fakes and decided to find a reporter to clear things up. I thought of Jiang Shuqi. Hello, reporter Jiang. I invited him back to the factory. He was interested in this story too. After all, he made bank off that last report. In the office, I pointed to a Baidi TV on the desk. This model sells for 128 yuan. 20 bucks cheaper than our genuine product. Right in front of him, I peeled a sticker off the TV casing, revealing the original Chrysanthemum brand logo underneath. The Chrysanthemum TV factory has already gone under. According to records, the last batch of units was from 6 years ago. So this TV is just a modified second-hand Chrysanthemum TV. At least 6 years old. Slap a logo on it and sell it as brand new. Jiang Shuqi thought that was ridiculous too. She wrote it down to report on it. But then public opinion shifted to another angle. People started blasting. White Emperor sells too cheap, violating unfair competition laws. They even said because we broke industry rules. We let shady businesses slip through. Then Jega's White Emperor TV arrived. He immediately went live to unbox it. But the moment he opened the box, his expression changed. The smell hit him cheap and nasty. He covered his nose. The pungent odor forced him to put on a mask. Open the window. After plugging it in, the screen flickered. Colors were distorted. When playing a movie, weird red edges around the characters. The streamer struck gold. Watching movies on this White Emperor TV different from ours. One netizen joked. Isn't this like when I used a magnet on my TV as a kid? All colors messed up. Yeah, try a magnet on it, streamer. Jega found a magnet and put it to the screen. The whole screen's colors went haywire. Netizens were in stitches. After half an hour, Jega's eyes started hurting. He contacted customer service. They ghosted him, so he filed a complaint with the platform. Found out the store had been shut down. But can I still return this TV? No way to get my money back. So he just carried the TV to a recycling dump. Streamed himself smashing it. Bam bam bam, very therapeutic. After stomping the shell to bits, he saw a label on the circuit board. Manufacturing date, 2012. Holy crap. Now that's solid proof. This White Emperor TV is a 10-year-old second-hand TV refurbished. No wonder it was so terrible. After throwing away the TV, Jiegu urges everyone to buy from official stores. A new follower asked me, why would anyone buy a Baidi TV that cheap? TCL, Samsung, Sony, Xiaomi, aren't all of them better? Jiegu said when buying electronics you should spend within your means. If you're short on cash, get a Baidi, it still works. If money's no object, go with Samsung or Sony. But a lot of netizens still look down on Baidi. They thought a $100 TV was no different from a knockoff. Plus, there were rumors of the Commerce Department investigating us. Many people considered Baidi a blight on the industry. Reporter Jiang Shuqi couldn't stand it anymore. He went live on his personal video account, fiercely denounced those comments, and decided to let the facts speak for themselves. He pulled up the buyer reviews on our Douyin store during the livestream. The first review with a photo showed two elderly villagers lying in bed, wearing faded, tattered undershirts, beaming as they watched opera on the TV. In the photo, the table holding the TV was rickety, with a notebook shoved under one leg. The livestream room went quiet for a while. Netizens realized for the first time, the people buying Baidi TVs might be exactly like that. Jiang Shuqi scrolled down. The review page continued, and there was another shocking buyer photo. Watching the livestream, I knew this was the real reason our product existed. All the noisy controversy felt so hollow in the face of actual users. In Jiang Shuqi's livestream room, he kept scrolling through the buyer reviews on our online store. The next review's photo was a classroom in a mountain village. Desks made from bamboo by hand. Plaster peeling off the walls, exposing bare dirt. Right there in that dilapidated classroom sat a Baidi 41 TV. In the video, kids were following the TV's notes, reading English phonetics aloud. That mountain village teacher commented, "He teaches all subjects by himself. Because of his accent. The kids' English pronunciation was always off. Since I speak with an accent, the kids could never get the English pronunciation right. Thankfully, I bought the Baidi 41 TV. Just 1 week of my living expenses was enough. The display quality was still great. After playing standard English lessons, the kids' pronunciation started to improve. Thanks to the Baidi TV. The children are learning the right knowledge." The livestream room went silent again. Many viewers left comments saying they wanted to donate supplies. Jiang Shuqi kept scrolling down. Loads of positive reviews, all with photos from remote mountainous areas. In rundown houses, the only appliance was Baidi. Below the TV sat a row of neighbors, their faces full of wonder. The comments explained, the family that bought the TV had the highest income in the area. All the neighbors came over to watch, to save electricity. The pitch-black room never had the lights on. The trolls quietly left the livestream. They finally understood. The Baidi TV they looked down on was the only one these people could afford. Entertainment, a window to understand the world. Jiang Shuqi said to everyone, "If you don't like a product, don't badmouth it. The trash in your eyes might be someone else's treasure." He ended the stream and the clip went viral. That brought us even more buzz. Netizens were curious. Why Baidi, at the center of the storm, had stayed silent. They asked Jiang Shuqi to interview us again. So Jiang Shuqi came to the factory for the third time in a short period, but found a Bureau of Industry and Commerce enforcement vehicle parked at the entrance. Baidi was being investigated. Someone reported that you were using low price dumping to disrupt the market. That's unfair competition. Please cooperate with our inspection. The industry and commerce officer saluted me and demanded to check the books. If they found the TVs were sold below cost, I'd face heavy fines. I was a bit frustrated, but the innocent have nothing to hide. I had all the documents brought out, told them to check whatever they wanted. They reviewed the accounts and inspected the workshop, looked at the raw material invoice. It turned out the whole tablet's cost was only around 100 yuan. That doesn't add up. The enforcement officers were baffled. The facts were right in front of them. It wasn't Baidi engaging in unfair competition. It was that other TV companies' profits were too high. The team leader was experienced. He asked me why there were no R&D costs. No R&D costs. I answered calmly. I designed this TV in my spare time. If you really want to count the paper and pen I used, it's probably worth about 80 cents. The entire group of inspectors was speechless. In all their years, who had ever seen a TV developed for 80 cents? They found no evidence of any violation, so they had to leave. Baidi had passed the test once again. Reporter Jiang Shuqi, watching the inspectors leave, knew they hadn't found any problems, so she registered and entered the factory. Once in the office, she took out her voice recorder and asked about the inspection. I told her the facts. And there are actually people. This nasty? Jiang Shuqi exclaimed. She opened WeChat to show me. The comment section was full of slander and insults. Every video about Baidi had them underneath. Haven't you considered speaking up online to defend yourself? She asked curiously. I rarely look at this stuff. This is the first time I've seriously read the hate comments. Our team has already replied under some comments complaining about quality, asking them to apply for a replacement. But those people never responded. Aren't you angry? Don't you want to explain? Jiang Shuqi asked. Why get angry? Go argue with these trolls and paid posters? That would be playing right into their hands. I said with a smile. Baidi seems to have a bad reputation online. People keep calling it a knockoff, low-end, and so on. I don't know how we offended them. I said, the identity of these people is pretty obvious. You know what they say. Only your peers are your true enemies. Jiang Shuqi asked in shock. You think all these trolls are sent by competitors? Probably. I continued. Why would Baidi Electronics have pissed off someone that badly? If he was a Baidi user, he could just return it if there's a quality issue. But if he's not our customer and hasn't even bought anything, then he has no reason to trash us. So these trolls are most likely hired by rivals. You can tell a lot of them are bots replying. Someone wrote a crawler program. Whenever it detects Baidi keywords, it automatically posts hate comments underneath. That's possible? Jiang Shuqi was surprised. This is real business warfare. In the domestic smartphone scene and the car industry, this pay-for-trolls tactic is old news that manufacturers have worn out. After all, blocking someone's cash flow is like killing their parents. I opened a video site's comment section to show him. Their fans of different brands and trolls were battling it out. It's practically become a trademark. I put down my phone and told him. So the harder they trash Baidi, the happier I am. Getting hated by competitors means I'm succeeding. Jiang Shuqi nodded, made a note of it, but he still advised that public opinion is a double-edged sword. Ignoring it completely isn't the best move. I felt he had a point. If we never respond, those guys will only get bolder. If you handle an online flame war right, it works better than advertising. I decided to start with the Baidi washing machine. Create personal accounts on all major platforms. To go head-to-head with the netizens. Jiang Shuqi also asked about the new product. I hinted it was a 3-in-1 washing machine. Are the 3 functions washing, drying, and dewatering? Jiang Shuqi asked. No, the other 2 functions are also for washing certain items. I deliberately held back. At the end of the interview he asked about the debt. Paid off half of it. I said the TV profits paid off 2 million in external debt. The other half goes to raw materials. Cash flow is good. White Emperor has great potential. And I wish your product sales keep getting better. Jiang Shuqi shakes hands and leaves. I come to the workshop to inspect the production line. Still fully assembling TVs. Demand remains strong. The common people are honest, cheap and decent quality. They are willing to pay. I go to the warehouse to check the washing machine parts. Most have arrived. Only the shell and inner drum are missing. That bottleneck feeling really sucks. The parts issue must be resolved as soon as possible. As the reporter's interview gets published. White Emperor's new product preview was also released. A washing machine with 3 functions. The price is still 2 digits. What are the 3 functions? Netizens started guessing. I guess it's wash and dry. Deliberately making 3 functions. Just a gimmick. Soon someone objected, no. Look at the shape. This is clearly an ordinary twin-tub pulsator washing machine. This kind of washing machine can't have a drying function. Now it seems the second function is spin dry. What about the third? Sterilization? Or maybe adding fragrance? It can't be a washing machine with a built-in TV or speakers, right? Netizens' imaginations run wild. How much fake booze have you guys had? You even thought of a built-in TV. Why not think of adding 4 wheels underneath? Sit in the washing machine and drive on the road. Netizens all expressed. If a washing machine can go on the road, they have to buy one. The comments section is completely derailed. Some even said to integrate a space shuttle. Next moon landing depends on White Emperor washing machine. Many netizens urged White Emperor to release the purchase link quickly. Currently, can't our store's washing machines go to space? Customer service has to answer many such questions every day. When they tell me these as jokes, I am very happy instead. That's the buzz. The more abstract the discussion, the more famous Baidi becomes. But as the buzz picks up, the washing machines must be launched as soon as possible. Now all that's missing is the casing and inner drum from the injection molding factory. I paid an expedite fee, and finally moved the production schedule up by 4 days. The first batch of casings arrived. TV sales have leveled off. There's quite a bit of inventory. I decided to switch the entire factory's production line to the 3X washing machine. That same day, the first 3X washing machine successfully rolled off the line. I planned to run a test, and also film a tutorial video. First, wash clothes by following the procedure. The clothes came out very clean. I showed it in front of the camera. Then came the second function. Washing vegetables. I put carrots, potatoes, and apples into the washing machine. Add clean water, turn the knob, and set it to the vegetable wash mode. The water flow was gentle. The mud and sand were drained out. Finally, a spray rinse. Open the lid. The vegetables and fruits were clean. The third function is washing dishes. When I said that, the surrounding employees' eyes went wide. Here, you need a special dish rack. Place the bowls and plates facing outward. Align them with the spray nozzle. Add dish soap and wait for them to be cleaned. While waiting, an employee asked the factory manager, "Can this really get them clean?" "Should be fine. We'll see in a moment." Nearly 10 minutes later, the dishwashing finished. Opened the lid. The dishes were shiny like new. It just didn't have a drying function. After all, you can't expect a 99 yuan washing machine to also have drying. The video was shot. It was uploaded to the online store page. The test was successful. The Baidi 3X washing machine officially launched on all platforms. The unified price is 99 yuan. Once again, this shocked everyone. A washing machine for 99 yuan that can do 3 types of washing. This Baidi really knows how to stir things up. I just don't get it. Why are Baidi's appliances so cheap, while others cost several times more? Is Baidi too cheap, or are the others too expensive? Some clear-headed people analyze. Baidi is cheap because it has fewer features. It uses outdated parts to target the rural market. For experience and comfort, go with Jieja. For the ultimate, value for money and just getting the job done, Baidi is a solid choice. But this time it's different. The 3-in-1 function has drawn a lot of people. I can't believe it can even wash vegetables and do the dishes in one go. This is practically forcing me to become a chef. I got to buy one and try it. Many netizens immediately decided to buy. A new wave of panic buying begins. Inside Baidi's company, me and a few customer service operators are staring at the time on the screen, waiting for the 10 a.m. sale time to hit 10 o'clock. The purchase link goes live. The backend dings instantly. Sales break 100 units. After half an hour, it breaks 1,000 units. Boss, our Baidi washing machine is definitely going to be a hit. The operations staff says excitedly. The knot in my stomach loosens. The 3X washing machine has been accepted by the market. But I'm a bit puzzled. Why is it selling even hotter than the TV? I only understood later. This time, thanks to the internet meme and the dishwashing feature. It attracted a ton of urban users. They're willing to spend $99 to try out a washing machine that also washes dishes. Seeing the flood of orders, I immediately notify the workshop. Ramp up production. Warehouse. Get those shipments out fast. Back in 10 Mile Village, village chief Zhang Fugui says to his wife Shi Dajiao, I saw Baidi put out a new washing machine. Order one for us. We already have a washing machine. Why buy another one? Shi Dajiao asks, confused. Zhang Fugui, look, their washing machine is only 99. And it can wash vegetables and dishes. From now on, we won't have to fight over who does the dishes. Wait, it can wash vegetables too? Ji Dajiao asked in surprise. Yeah, that's what it says in the description. I'm swamped over here. Just buy it, it's only $99 anyway. Not expensive. It's a steal even as a gift. Ji Dajiao opened the store page and saw it said ships within 72 hours. He wasn't in a rush. As long as he gets it. In the northern mountain village of Hongqi, farmer Gung Guohua had just come back from the fields. He was raising a pair of 4-year-old twins alone. Life was tough. Dad, I'm hungry. Dad said okay. Dad will cook. Just then, the delivery guy outside shouted for Gung Guohua. Your package is here. Why is the door always locked during the day? He came out. It was the Baidi washing machine his relative had ordered. But the brand was unfamiliar to him. But after hearing it could wash vegetables and dishes, he got interested. He plugged it in, threw in potatoes, carrots, and pumpkin to wash, then went inside to cook. After the kids wolfed down their shredded pork noodles, he opened the washing machine. The lid, the vegetables were all washed, clean and spotless. Then, following the manual, he put the bowls and chopsticks in for dishwashing. After he finished feeding the pigs and bathing the kids, he turned back and found the dishes were really clean. Is this washing machine really this good? He was thrilled. It saved him a ton of time. Late into the night, he used the washing machine by moonlight to wash the kids and his own dirty clothes. After washing, all the stains were gone. The clothes had a faint smell of laundry powder, just like when his wife was still around. Gung Guohua's eyes welled up with tears. No matter how hard life was, he had to tough it out. He hung the clothes to dry, then carefully climbed onto the Kong. He lay down beside the kids and glanced at the clock. A little past 9. An hour earlier than usual. That's the time saved by the Baidi 3X washing machine. The Baidi 3X washing machine became the new favorite for appliance coupons. A few days later, it sold out. The workshop manager came to me, said even 3 shifts couldn't keep up. We need to hire more people and expand production. I got it. We'll definitely expand production in a bit. I agreed. For now, we can only put up a pre-sale link. This frenzy left many washing machine competitors baffled. Their sales of top-loading washers dropped to just a fifth. Little Swan and Haier, Midea and Xiaomi also immediately bought our washing machines to take them back for reverse engineering. Joining them in the hunt was teardown blogger Lei Shuhang. His fans wanted him to tear down another Baidi product. But he ran into the same problem as last time. No stock to ship. Have to wait 5 days. He saw that over 3,000 units had already been sold on the Douyin store. So he opened the Xinyu app to look for second-hand ones. He actually found someone in the same city selling an unopened 3X washing machine. Priced at 299 yuan. Required pickup in person. Baidi products. Truly investment-grade items. You can't deny it. He decided to place the order and contact the seller, using a delivery service to haul it. Before heading back, he posted a status telling his fans not to scalp. You're overthinking it. The fan replied. Baidi products are bulky and purchase limited, not suitable for scalpers. Lei Shuhang found the seller. When it was time to pay, why buy it without opening it, and then sell it second-hand? The young guy said, just to make a bit of cash. Baidi's new products sell out in the first few days. If you can grab one, then list it for sale. If it doesn't sell, just use it yourself. It's cheap anyway. Lei Shuhang couldn't help but admire that business sense. A blogger like him needs trending topics. Even if he has to pay extra, he'll buy it. On the ride back, he swore that next time Baidi launches a new product, he'd buy it right away, so he wouldn't end up being a sucker again. Back home, he went live to do an unboxing and teardown. He opened the packaging, took out the washing machine itself. Since the features were unusual, he first checked the manual. Washing clothes and washing vegetables. After doing the dishes, both features were new to him. Let's first take a look at what it can do. He decided to start with performance tests. Step 1. Washing clothes. Put in dirty clothes, add detergent, and adjust the knob. This knob is way too retro. I remember washing machines from when I was a kid looked like this. The machine was pretty quiet while running. He measured it with a decibel meter, a little over 40 decibels. This washing machine isn't silent. Customers who need silence can pass on this one. After washing and spinning, he felt the washing function was average. It meets basic needs. Next up, the vegetable washing test. He said to the camera, then followed the manual. Put potatoes, tomatoes, watermelon, pumpkin, etc. into the washing machine, selected the vegetable wash setting. To see inside, he used a screwdriver to block the sensor, so the machine ran with the lid open. Viewers watching the live stream saw the cleaning process. The water went from dark gray to clear, and the mud and grit were flushed out. When he took out the produce after washing, there was basically no dirt left. But the tomatoes were a bit soft, and the celery leaves were almost gone. Pretty ordinary. What's the point of this feature? Just peel them directly, right? Wastes water. I'd rather wash them myself. The audience wasn't impressed with the vegetable washing feature. Next is the third test. Washing dishes. Lei Shuhang grabbed a few bowls with rice residue, and plates with grease stains, put them in. Selected the dishwashing cycle. When it finished, he found they were actually pretty clean. But there was grime on the backside. You could flip them and wash again, I guess? It's not like a dishwasher that only cleans one side. The dishwashing feature is just a gimmick. Look how much water this wastes. It uses more water than a normal dishwasher. Washing clothes and dishes together? That's disgusting. The manufacturer who designed this feature must be nuts. The commenters started roasting it again. Lei Shuhang didn't comment much on the features. After drying the washer, he started taking it apart. The build is all plastic. Should be cheap. Costs dozens of bucks. After removing the shell, the internal structure is very simple. He took a picture of the motor model and looked it up online. Retail price is over 60 yuan. The audience gasped. One motor costs 65 yuan. The rest of the parts are only worth 34. Lei Shuhang said, buying in bulk should be a lot cheaper, but it would still be several tens of yuan. The shell and parts alone would be several tens of yuan. I think hitting a 99 yuan retail price is really hard. I don't know how Baidu manages to cut costs. They actually squeezed the price down to 2 digits. Feels like they're really running a charity. He removed the circuit board. Solid workmanship. The only pleasant surprise was the tiny motors controlling the water flow. Very clever. Those little motors must have taken some real design effort. If you factor in the design and patent fees, it's just unimaginable how Baidu controls their costs. He gave his final verdict. I think the Baidu 3X washer does have some unique features. Of course, there are plenty of flaws too. Loud noise, mediocre build quality, 3 wash modes. Mixing clothes and tableware with food debris is kind of unsanitary. The rest is decent enough. Price is its biggest selling point. If you're after bang for your buck, grabbing one won't be a loss. His video went online and sparked another big debate. The e-waste rhetoric never lets up. At the same time, the 3X washing machines purchased by the major washer makers arrived. After testing, the engineers found the 3 modes just average. The internal build is simple. The materials are way below what they use. Management asked them if they could build a $100 washer. The designer said yes, but the margins are razor thin. Most likely a loss. And once they put out those other few $100 agitator washers, they won't sell. To go for a $100 washer that'll bleed money, abandoning multiple product lines is a losing trade. But ignoring it isn't an option either. Their budget washers are already dead in the water. Soon, each manufacturer's brass made a call. Halt production of low-end agitator washers. Keep 1 or 2 premium $1,000 models. Steer clear of competing with Baidu. Front loaders were unaffected. Many manufacturers think Baidu buyers are cheapskate losers, not quality clientele. Haier was the most stunned. They looked at the Salex washer's guts and it felt familiar. Almost identical to a model they hadn't launched yet. Could the blueprints have been stolen? Haier folks freaked out. They rushed to open the safe, searching for those blueprints. Opened it and found the drawings sealed tight inside. Untouched. That's weird. But that's not the point. The point is this $100 washer rubs their low-end agitator models into the dirt. Ever since the Baidu 3X hit the market, their budget line sold fewer than 20 units in a week. Many were returned right after being sold. Soon, the head of Haier's washer division made the same call as the other companies. Liquidate the low-end agitator inventory. Focus on high-end and quality. And that separated them from Baidu's low-price track. Even the big industry players had to back down. But netizens thought, White Emperor washing machines were trash, ruining the market. Dumping at such a low price. Who would bother doing R&D? White Emperor became the villain in their eyes. For a while, the comments section was a toxic mess. Some buyers posted videos of the washer, saying it was decent, and got swarmed by haters. That day I got off work after 8, driving the factory's beaten-up old van. Back to my rundown little place, barely 60 square meters. Hadn't been home in days. Air it out, clean up, took a quick shower, and lay down comfortably in bed. I opened my phone. Soon saw a video about the White Emperor 3X washing machine. A single guy in a rental apartment found it useful. Said a couple of good things about White Emperor. Just a simple video like that. And under it, over 20 people called the White Emperor washer trash. I saw the top liked comment. The designer must have a screw loose. Washing clothes, washing vegetables, and washing dishes together, what were they thinking? So I replied under it, hello netizen. I'm Zhou Yang, the factory manager of White Emperor. Let me clarify. The washing machine just offers 3 cleaning modes. It doesn't force you to mix them all. If you think it's unhygienic, you can just use the laundry function. Or use it only for washing fruit or dishes. That way there's no problem. My username is White Emperor Boss. Soon that netizens started flaming. Who do you think you are? Pretending to be the White Emperor factory manager. The machine has those functions. Why won't you let me use them? That's when I really saw how relentless online trolls can be. I just said the washing machine is a tool. How you use it is up to the customer. You just said using all 3 together was unhygienic. Now you want to use them together again. So do you want to use them together or not? After I said that, the troll wasn't going down easy. He shot back quickly. Are you telling me how to do my job? I'll use whatever I want. Putting 3 washing modes together is just brain-dead design anyway. I replied immediately. If the 3 modes are causing you trouble, you can return the product to the factory. And we will send you a washing machine with 1 or 2 functions stripped out. Bitey EX and Bitey 2X washing machines are worth having. That reply was absolutely killer. Yeah, he didn't respond for several minutes. Netizens gave me tons of likes. Damn Bitey boss, that move was smooth. Shut the troll right up. But just after dealing with that one, another guy said Bitey was e-waste. And the quality was crap. I replied again. If there's a quality issue, just contact customer service. If it's our fault, exchange or refund. Your choice. As for calling Bitey e-waste, I definitely don't agree. I answered. If tens of thousands of sold washing machines are still e-waste, then what are those washing machines selling only dozens or hundreds per month? If you're judging trash by price alone, then you shouldn't drink tap water that costs a few bucks a ton. That's trash. Go buy imported spring water at $1,000 a bottle. That probably isn't trash. Haha, other netizens got a laugh out of it. They came just to watch me roast the trolls live. Added. I admit the parts used in Bitey washing machines. Some are older models. But that's all to control costs. I had no choice. Stacking features. Anyone can do. I could design a washing machine over $1,000 too. But you know, I used ellipses. Smart people get it. Someone said, Bitey is dumping low prices and ruining market competition. It'll make companies stop doing R&D and drag the whole domestic manufacturing industry down. I replied immediately, that's way too high for our Bitey brand. If we had that kind of capability, we wouldn't be a small factory. Why does Bitey make cheap, low-end products? To meet customer needs. Some users just want affordable service. They desperately need appliances that aren't feature-packed, but are cheap enough, like the Z1 tablet, the 41 series TV, and the 3X washing machine. Without Bitey, they'd have to spend hundreds or thousands more. Is it good that Huawei phones cost 5 or 6,000? Is it good that Apple computers cost 10 grand? Of course it's good. They push the whole industry forward. But can every citizen afford one? Bitey's current business philosophy is to give every Chinese person freedom over their appliances, instead of just staring at high-end gear with envy. This statement was powerful, and got hundreds of likes. Of course, trolls still found things to nitpick. But most netizens and regular folks agreed with me. Those trolls aren't eunuchs. They're eunuchs. One user cracked a pun, and it got a big laugh. Then the original troll showed up again trying to argue. Claiming Bitey's 3-function washing machine is just wrong, unhygienic, and it pissed her off. So I said, then buy 3 washing machines. One dedicated to laundry, one for washing veggies, and another for dishes so nothing gets mixed up. The troll said it takes up too much space. I suggested she just buy a separate veggie washer and a dishwasher. A cheap one runs about $1,000. Then she wouldn't have that problem. Dishwashers are too expensive. The troll shot back. That cracked everyone up. The 3X washer has 3 functions. You think it's unhygienic, telling you to buy a dishwasher. But then you complain about washing separately being too expensive. What a nitpicking piece of work. Netizens had his back. I told that troll to hire a maid. But watching him freak out over a $99 washing machine means he can't afford a maid either. Anyway, my first online showdown with the haters ended in victory. My zingers against that troll spread like wildfire online. Netizens just took it as entertainment, watching those trolls who keep biting at White Emperor products. Their craziness was clearly off. Anyone who's been online long could tell. These were paid shills. Real customers don't act like that. Anyone blindly bashing and relentlessly trashing must have had some interest hurt by it. As the White Emperor 3EX washer became a hot seller, netizens noticed. Other brands' low-end pulsator washers were all on sale, and most were out of stock. Basically, the White Emperor 3EX washer single-handedly wiped out every brand's sub-1,000 yuan pulsator washer. Completely, seeing the 3EX washer's half-month pre-sales break 90,000 units. Some small factories started copying and producing a 68 yuan 5-function washer, namely washing clothes, washing veggies, dishes, shoes, and pets. Even cheaper. After the White Emperor washer was constantly out of stock, some people bought these no-name washers, delivered to their homes pretty fast. Could be used, but it was nothing like advertised. First, the washer was tiny, only about half the size of the White Emperor 3EX. Still a single tub. No spin dry. Rough materials. Had a weird smell. Claimed 5 functions. But even the basic laundry function put clothes in. 2 or 3 jackets would get stuck. The drain for washing veggies kept clogging. No filter built in. Dishes wouldn't come clean. No pet can tolerate being washed like that. Only then did everyone realize that the White Emperor 3EX washing machine, which had been dismissed as ineffective, was actually that powerful. When customers tried to return the product, the customer service would make all kinds of excuses. After selling dozens or hundreds of units, the store would just shut down and disappear. Due to interference from knockoff products, sales of the White Emperor 3EX washing machine took a hit, but they were still selling over 1,000 units a day. Now, the flood of shipping reminders was overwhelming customer service. They escalated the issue to me. I was also at a loss. The factory had just expanded to nearly 100 employees, but even running 3 shifts, supply still couldn't meet demand. Shipments kept getting delayed. Online trolls were already accusing White Emperor of playing games. Just as the hype around scarcity marketing was building, the workshop manager came to me again, asking to ramp up production. I agreed it was time to expand. Hire more people. Hiring was easy, but production lines were the real headache. New ones were too expensive, and I didn't have enough cash on hand. Then an idea struck me. Lin Shuai, the rich second-generation guy. He had connections everywhere, so I gave him a call. We'd bonded over screens last time, so there was a solid foundation of trust. When Lin Shuai heard my situation, he said he'd ask around. Unexpectedly, I got a reply by the afternoon. A friend of mine does have an appliance production line, but it's old equipment. It was given to him as collateral when someone else's factory went under. Because it was too outdated. No one wanted it even at 50 grand. You can ask him, sure. I'm on my way. I contacted that friend using the info Lin Shuai gave me. Oh, you're Lin Shuai's friend? Then come over and take a look yourself. If you like it, just haul it away. I'm out of town right now and can't get back. I immediately bought a high-speed rail ticket. When I got to the warehouse, I opened the door. I saw an entire semi-automated appliance production line. It was way newer than what we were using in our factory. It was just poor maintenance. It looked worn out. I checked it over. All the parts were there. Now it was time to talk price. If you're serious about buying, I'll let it go for 480,000. Your friend said 400,000. I put out my bottom line price. I figured if he countered around 450,000, I'd take it, but you'll have to haul it away. I'm not covering shipping. To my surprise, he agreed on the spot. I was a little stunned, but I couldn't back out now. He handed over 400,000 in cash. Moving that beast wasn't easy. In the end, the transport fee was 9,000. They guaranteed it would arrive intact, shipped to Shenzhen. Loading was arranged that same day. That night, I rode back to the factory in the truck. The next day, Uncle Songda, the workshop manager, couldn't stop grinning when he saw the production line. He directed the workers to move and install it. In the seller's eyes, it was obsolete junk. But for us, it was the most advanced assembly line we'd ever had. Installation took 2 days. Once it was all set up, we powered it on. But nothing happened. We'll have to contact that senior technician to fix it. Songda let out a sigh. Then I got a system notification. Detected minor wiring fault on production line. Select repair? Repair in progress. 30%, 66%, 99%. In just a few minutes, the system fixed the wiring for me. With a soft click, every screen and indicator light on the line lit up. The boss really is a college graduate. He can even fix a production line. Songda gave me a thumbs up. That comment made me blush a little. I told Songda to bring in the old hands to mentor the new hires. Get familiar with the production line as soon as possible. Songda assured him it was no problem. Factory manager Zhou, don't worry. We'll spend today debugging. We should be ready for official production by tomorrow. By then, our factory's output will definitely double. Maybe even more. With that guarantee, I feel relieved. Now we can finally solve the output issue. While White Emperor was making up for its production shortfall, the 3X washing machine was still selling like crazy. Some people were buying dozens at a time. Among them was a landlady. That's exactly how it was. She had bought a small building to rent out, but now she had almost nothing left, couldn't afford appliances. Just as she was fretting, she saw someone on the street carrying a White Emperor shopping bag. On it, it said TV, 148 yuan each. She looked up the price. No scam. The buyer reviews were genuine. She placed an order immediately. The TV was in stock, but the washing machine had a purchase limit. Each account could only buy 2. So she sent the link to her family and friends group chat and asked them to buy it for her. When the shipment arrived, came on a whole big truck. The landlady checked it herself. The TV and washing machine fully met everyday needs. These cheap appliances were practically made for her rental units. That saved her several $100,000. Having tasted the benefits, the landlady asked White Emperor's customer service if they had air conditioners, refrigerators, or water heaters. When she found out they didn't, she gave feedback. She told White Emperor to hurry up and develop other appliances. She couldn't wait to buy them. The landlady was just one of White Emperor's users. Meanwhile, at a farm in Saibei, a young couple also bought a 3X washing machine. The weather had already turned to fall. Down south, people were still wearing tank tops and shorts, but up north, the nights had gotten chilly. Xiao Erju drove a harvester at the 851 farm in the Great Northern Wilderness. He worked from dawn to dusk. His wife took care of the household. Her hands were chapped and bleeding from the work. During dinner, Xiao Erju saw the cracks on his wife's hands. He felt deeply sorry for her, so he suggested buying a washing machine for the house. But buying one, even the cheapest, would cost 7 or 800 yuan. The cheapest one still ran 7 or 800. You need to save up this month's paycheck. Your second uncle's kid is getting married, we have to give a gift. Winter is coming soon. We need to buy winter clothes. And we still need to buy a house. Everyone says our kid is smart. Going to school in this town is holding him back. Better to buy a house in the county seat, so he can go to a good elementary and middle school. It's fine if we suffer our whole lives. But we can't let our kid grow up poisoned by this place. Otherwise he won't even be able to find a wife. Xiao Erju's heart ached hearing this. Money was tight. Even buying his wife a washing machine was a struggle. He scrolled through his phone outside. Someone on his feed showed off a Baidu 3X washing machine. Could wash clothes, and also wash veggies and dishes all in one. Only 99 yuan. In all my life, I've never seen a washing machine this cheap. He immediately called his friend. His friend praised it right away. This machine is tough, durable, and works great. That good? Then I'm buying one too, right? I'll quit smoking for 2 months and buy 2 machines. One for washing clothes, and one for washing veggies and dishes. Then my wife won't have to put her hands in water anymore. Xiao Erju was overjoyed. He had his friend send him the link on the spot. A few days later, the 2 washing machines arrived. That evening he unboxed and tried them out. Plugged them in, connected the water, and they worked perfectly. His wife took out the spin-dried clothes and hung them up right away. The other machine washed the veggies and dishes clean too. This washing machine is really great. Better than the ones in the mall. This must be expensive. He couldn't stop touching the washing machine's outer shell. But he couldn't bear to not buy it either. 2 units for under 200. I quit smoking. Bought it with the money I saved on cigarettes. Xiao Erju grinned. He couldn't believe it. Really didn't believe it. Look, he pulled up the purchase link. That's when he finally believed. After a few days of use, he was very satisfied. Xiao Erju confirmed receipt. Left a positive review. Even posted a buyer show with photos. In the picture, his wife was all smiles. Holding up a clean white shirt and a porcelain bowl. The Baidu washing machine works great. It's freaking awesome. This buyer show got pushed to the top of the platform. Streamer brother Jie was about to do an unboxing video but got delayed by illness. Now, after seeing the positive reviews, he decided to go ahead. But the 3X washing machine had already been reviewed by many people. So brother Jie came up with a gimmick. He bought the Baidu 3X alongside another famous model. The $68 washing machine with 5 functions for a side-by-side live stream. He was shocked when he unboxed it. Gotta be honest, that little black duck washing machine is pure electronic junk. Too dangerous for kids to play with. Not enough for actual laundry. I'd say don't be cheap. Spend 30 bucks more and get Baidu, which does everything. Brother Jie rarely praised Baidu. But the thing is, this washing machine is ugly as sin. I wouldn't want it. There were still plenty of people in the livestream with a bias against Baidu. Brother Jie could only say everyone has different needs. Anyway, even if it were free, I wouldn't use it. Just seeing Baidi disgusts me. Some netizens wrote with outright hatred. But no matter how many such netizens there were, it didn't hurt Baidi washing machine sales. After 20 days, sales hit 150,000 units. The Baidi phenomenon caught the attention of many companies. And these explosive sales also helped me complete the system's task. Super Factory System completes the beginner guide mission. Baidi 3x washing machine sales target met. And the positive review rate was above 97%. Reward, 1 set of advanced injection molding production line. I pumped my fist in excitement in my office. Happier than winning the lottery. We're about to add a phone production line to the company. I notified the workshop director right away. Songda. That's great. Uncle Songda was overjoyed. I felt like he needed a promotion. So I called a management meeting. At the meeting, I appointed Songda as the deputy factory director, putting him in charge of all factory production. After the meeting, Songda didn't leave. He brought up an issue. The factory still doesn't have an R&D department. It's fine if all the research relies on me alone. I can handle the research and development by myself. I said confidently. I have the super factory system. No need to spend big money hiring R&D engineers. So what new product are we making after the washing machines? Songda asked. Right now every sales spike comes from new products. New products. I was thinking about it too. The system points are already at 133. I can exchange them for a better blueprint. This is about the company's next business strategy. I have to be careful. The new product will launch soon. I assured Songda. Then I went to my office. Ready to pick the next appliance to produce. I had 133 points on hand. I could exchange them for a lot of appliances. What sells big in fall and winter, space heaters and stuff. Seasonally speaking, that fits. But I wanted to know what people really needed. The system sent a notification. No need to search. This system has automatically compiled a list of the most requested items among White Emperor's customers. The number 1 item was surprisingly 2-wheeled electric scooters. The government just issued a new national standard recently. A lot of people are being forced to replace their rides. An electric scooter starts at 2,000 to 3,000. That's a big burden for the working class. Customers kept suggesting. They hoped White Emperor could make one that's cheap and reliable. I was sold on it. The next new product will be electric scooters. The next new product will be electric scooters. I chose a vehicle in the system. Found the blueprints for an e-bike. 135 points is a cutoff for blueprints. Every model I liked needed at least 135 points. I decided to wait. By the time the workday ended, my points hit exactly 135. I redeemed the blueprints for the Bach S2 mountain trail e-bike. Points reset to 0. Blueprints in hand. This mountain bike, originally priced at 10,000 yuan. I was going to turn it into a national standard bike that everyone could afford. Modifying the bike started with the battery. The original used a lithium battery. I called up supplier Uncle Lu. The battery used in national standard e-bikes. You were doing fine selling appliances, kid. Why are you messing with e-bikes now? Even your old man has never ridden an e-bike. That's a whole different channel from home appliances. Uncle Lu was kindly trying to talk me out of it. I laughed on the phone and said, Uncle Lu, it's fine. I'm just scoping it out, seeing if there's anything worth doing. I'll tell you. A standard 48-volt lithium battery. Cheapest is 500 yuan each. Higher capacity, with fast charging 1,200 yuan each. That expensive? One battery alone costs hundreds or even 1,000. That doesn't fit Baidi's style. Is there anything cheaper? I pressed on. Uncle Lu said, cheaper batteries would be lead-acid ones. The low-voltage ones start at 60 yuan each. But I'd advise against it, they've got too many issues. And they're not safe. Most of those battery fires are from lead-acid batteries. Not safe. I definitely wouldn't use those. After asking in detail, I settled on graphene batteries which balance safety and cost. One costs 105 yuan. That price meant the e-bike couldn't be sold for double digits anymore. For safety's sake, I had to make a small sacrifice. Next up was the motor. Uncle Lu has a batch of cheap stuff. Because it doesn't meet the new national standard speed limit. It's become dead stock. Zhou Yang heard this and thought, isn't this tailor-made for him? He decided to inspect the goods. If they pass quality checks, no problem. That's the one. My blueprint is for a mountain bike with a variable speed system, built-in gear mechanism. Normally, it's limited to 25 miles per hour. But when going uphill, the high-power motor kicks in at full force, allowing a steady climb. This motor is practically custom-built. Tires? Go with the cheapest basic model. Shell cost, 60 bucks. Use the new injection molding line. All in, the cost is 267 yuan. This is already the most expensive product I've ever made. Still feels too high, but the performance and cost can't really be cut any further. Final price, 299 yuan. I'll take a smaller profit margin. The main goal is to let everyone experience the car company system, design successful. Please name the new electric bike. Call it the 21. The 21 stands for 2 wheels, 1 for the first generation blueprint. I didn't trigger a lucky crit, but that's fine. It gives the employees practice. Start from the mold. I hand the blueprint to Songhua and arrange production. Only set aside 1 assembly line for the e-bike. The rest keep running. Parts for the old product arrive quickly. The injection molded shells will take a few days. A few days later, the BYD 21 e-bike will be ready for market. As soon as the new product preview drops, it grabs attention. BYD's showing its true colors now, using low prices to draw traffic and hype, then raising prices to fleece customers. Yeah, an e-bike not selling for 99 yuan? Is that fair to us? Arnhem, give us our money back. Plenty of people are stirring the pot online, but loyal users step up to defend. Oh, come off it. Even for a bicycle. Have you ever seen one for 99 bucks? An electric scooter selling for 299 is also a good deal. The smallest electric scooter on the market right now costs at least 700 or 800, and its speed and range are both low. BYD's 299 model probably won't be too bad. Let's wait and see. A lot of people thinking about buying a standard model are holding off. The 299 price tag definitely stirred up some buzz. Some think it's expensive, or they think it's not practical on dirt roads in the countryside. They're taking a wait-and-see approach. As for the doubters and haters, I'm used to it by now. Every BYD product launch gets trashed at first. Then it sells like crazy. If a day ever comes when nobody's cursing me out, I'd start wondering if something's wrong with me.